I see the usual gang of misfits and dope addicts are here.
Including Sophia and Hooper.
Hooper.
I mean, it's spelled like Hooper, but everybody knows it's Hooper.
Yeah, it's spelled like Hooper. Hupper.
No, that would be Hooper.
Huh? It sounds like Hooper to me.
Because on this day, this might surprise you.
What?
In 1932,
Okay.
Baba Oje
Oh, yeah.
from the American alternative hip-hop group Arrested Development was born. I say surprise you because, boy, that would make him very, very old.
Well, I remember when we sort of met them, and I said, "Who's that old guy?"
So he died back in 2018. Today's his birthday, anyway.
Arrested Development
Yeah.
Speech wrote the song. It says he was inspired to write the song after meeting up with his brother at his grandmother's funeral in Tennessee.
Now,
Shortly after his brother died suddenly from a bad asthma attack, and Speech wrote the song about the experience of losing two loved ones so close together.
Baba Oje died at the age of 87.
Had a good life.
But that song samples Prince from Alphabet Street.
Right.
Oh,
But to Tennessee, that's Prince.
Did you hear what happened with that?
What
Did you
happened with what?
Prince? What Prince did about
Did
that?
he sue?
Well, it wasn't cleared ahead of time. Prince's lawyers waited until the song sold well,
Oh, that's right.
and then
yeah.
charged the group $100,000 for the use of the sample. Speech later said, "No, man, that was good. He did me a favor by doing that because he didn't demand royalties. He didn't demand co-writing on the song, which would have entitled him to royalties forever
Right.
on it. He just says, here's a bill,
Give me a little-
one single payment,
Yeah.
and you're good." Now, he could have just said,
No, sorry, because that song really, that's what's catchy about, one of the catchy things about it is that sample.
it's an amazing song. I hadn't heard it forever. An amazing piece of work, I think.
It's Mr. Wendell.
Are we really civilized? Yes or no? Who are we to judge? When thousands of innocent men can be brutally enslaved or killed over a racist grudge. Mr. Wendell has tried to warn us about our ways, but we don't hear him talk. Is it his fault when we've gone too far and we got too far? Cause of him we've walked. Mr. Wendell, a man, a human in flesh, but not by law. I feed you dignity to stand with pride. Realize that all in all, you stand tall. Go ahead, Mr. Wendell.
And then they had People Every Day.
It says here that they're still out there doing stuff. They stopped for a while, and then now they're from 2000 to today. They're still working.
Right about this time, stay with us. I'm a culture lyrics by the one called Arrested Development. See? Come up, selector. Easy.
See, I was resting at the park, minding my own business as I kick up the treble tone. On my radio tape, play a box, right? Just loud enough so folks can hear us hype. See, out of nowhere comes a woman I'm dating. Investigation, maybe she was demonstrating, but nevertheless I was pleased. My day was going great and my soul was at ease until a group of brothers started bugging out, drinking the 40 ounce, going the nigga route.
Oh,
Disrespecting my black queen, holding their crotches and being obscene.
He can say it.
okay.
He can.
See, I was resting at the park, minding my own.
this one's the more famous
Yeah.
mix of it. The other one was the album
Album
cut,
version.
and this is a remix. This
Yeah.
is the Metamorphosis mix.
Yeah, that's the one they played on the radio.
Yeah.
Nevertheless, I was pleased. My day was going great and my soul was at ease until a group of brothers started bugging out, drinking
Yeah, this is the version that everybody knows, I think. So
my black queen.
They're playing tomorrow. No, Saturday at the Pure Imagination Music Festival featuring Cheap Trick, English Beat. This would be a good show.
that would be a good show.
Arrested Development and Modest Yahoo.
Huh. Where's that?
That's let's see.
Is it too late to catch a plane?
Probably.
Oh, where is this? Watson, Arizona.
I don't want to go to Arizona.
It has their latest hit or latest song here in 2021, "Vibe" with Big Daddy Kane. That's the last thing they recorded this.
Yo, trying not to let the pressure press me into deep regression. Trying not to see a trial that's truly a blessing. Trying not to speak in negatives. Trying to see beyond what's in my eyelids. Trying to take a deep dive in. Try to know that my blackness by nature comes with taxes. Pathologies come with being tilted off your axis. You want to know how far off? Just look
Jumbo Grumbo in the chat room says we could do Allegiant Air from Provo Airport for $35 to Mesa.
$35.
Where in Arizona is this?
Yeah, where is
festival?
this show?
I didn't. Like Prescott, I think. I'm not looking at it.
I think that's right around in the same area.
You want to go? Let's go.
$35.
Be a good show.
for the first time. When you know you got fame in the game, in a catalog of flames, no shame is a vibe, ain't it? You roll with the roll that they're trying to overthrow.
You can just let these things roll. They're really good. Really good. A lot of sophistication. Brought a certain sophistication to rap, which maybe it didn't have before.
All right, well, there you go.
This has been Farting Around with Carrie, Bill, and Gina on X96, Radio from Hell.
Yeah, that's what it was, all right. Now it's time for us to take a break and go to your check-ins when we get back. 877-602-9696 is the number. Check in with the Radio from Hell show. We like to hear from you in the morning. Please check in with us. You can also text us 33986. We'll have to do a little break here, a little commercial. I'll have some Mill Creek coffee right after we talk about the Big O guys.
BigOTires.com.
Okay, wait a minute. I have to have a sip of Mill
Well, why
Creek
don't
coffee
you do that
now.
while I tell them a little bit about it? Get up to $120 off select sets of tires now through May 26th. Now is the time to buy tires. We were just looking at Mohammed's car.
The Prophet's car?
No, my son.
Oh.
He has snow tires on his car.
Well,
You are not supposed
No.
to have snow tires on once it warms up. We need to get to Big O and get him some just all-weather tires.
Now, I've got the Mill Creek coffee in me now, and I can tell you about Big O's Healthy Car Special because I just had my car done there at Big O, the one on 2nd East and South Temple. For $39.95, it includes oil change, tire rotation, alignment check, brake check, battery check, and more for just $39.95 at Big O Tires. Get to know your local Big O Tire store. There's got to be one near you because there's some 50 locations, all locally owned and operated by proud Big O Tire people. They have the lowest price on every tire every day at Big O Tires. Plus, they offer financing. No credit needed financing even. So check them out. Go to BigOTires.com. They are the team. It concerns the Mandela effect, which we were talking about, I think, on Monday.
Oh, hang on. It's emails of interest.
Hello, Bill. Hello. I was, as always, listening to the show this morning, and my attention was piqued, especially during your discussion of the Mandela effect. I have similar baffling memories. For instance, the Berenstain Bears book being spelled and pronounced Stein or not Stain, as the publishers claim. But it is Berenstain, but many people remember it as Steen or Stein. And then at work today, I was listening to this particular podcast, and an episode came on. It goes into some additional weird memory lapses and conspiracies, so I thought I'd send it off to you, and she's sent me a link to this podcast. Says, on the last story in this episode, it's a rather short show, I'm curious how you remember this particular product, Fruit of the Loom. Now, the company swears that the logo did not have a cornucopia.
It did not.
I remember it always having a cornucopia, and apparently so do others. It goes further into detail, but the company swears that all of their undies and attire were sold without a cornucopia just bunches of fruit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that is, and why would the company lie? Because
Exactly.
people get so entrenched into the to this Mandela effect thing. They go, no, they're lying. You know, the company is lying.
Well, it's like I said, there are people who swear that there is a genie movie starring Sinbad called Shazam, and it does not exist.
Here's the best one I remember. This happened. Nobody told me it happened to me. I was talking with a longtime former salesman of ours, way back in the KJQ days, and we were talking about the Procter and Gamble story. And there used to be a moon, a little like a crescent moon on Procter and Gamble products, with some like stars around it.
Yeah.
And I can't remember. I think that was there a guy sitting on it, or
It was just the moon.
it was
and
just the moon and the
stars.
stars.
Yeah.
And people, and there was no explanation of what that was on Procter and Gamble products. And they made tons of stuff, all kinds of things. And that little symbol was always on there. And so people said, you know what it is? Procter and Gamble is a product that's sold by the Satanists. It's the biggest, satanic, and it's very successful, and it makes the satanic church very rich. It's a Satan.
It does.
It's a Satan symbol. And you go, well, come on. And then I'm talking to the sales guy, and he said, no, listen, I was watching the Phil Donahue show, and the guy who was the head of that church was on, and he talked all about it.
Nope.
Said, yep, Procter and Gamble. And he's not the only person who swears that they saw this show.
Did not happen.
So the president of Procter and Gamble was on, and he said, yeah, it's true. We that's a symbol of the devil, and all of our products are. And he just kept going on and on about.
You didn't.
I
see that.
saw him on
No,
Phil
you didn't.
Donahue, and then I looked into it. I remember this is years ago. I looked into it, and other people swore that they had seen
It's easier to
a
debunk
guy on
these
Phil
things
Donahue.
now.
Yeah. What's weird about that too, though, to me, is that I think it gets into a sort of form of mass hypnosis.
Sure.
In a way. People start talking about it, and it becomes real.
That's how conspiracy theories start.
It's amazing to me that works.
All right.
The name of that podcast is
Geek Show.
Heart Starts Pounding Horrors, Hauntings, and Mysteries.
Okay. Email of interest. All right.
At 33986.
All right, 6:21. Let's get this over with.
Yes, indeed. Let's. We will officially begin the program, and then we will take your check-ins, 877-602-9696, or your text check-ins, 33986. Gina.
Brought to you by Click It or Ticket. Remember to buckle up your loved ones. Every trip, every seat, every age. A message by the Utah Department of Public Safety. Visit clickit.utah.gov.
Well, the moon was looking lovely this morning. 92.7% of full. It is a waning gibbous moon. I think you can still see it if you take a look. It's supposed to set today at 7:46 a.m., today being Thursday. It's the 15th day of May in the year of our Lord Jesus Christ, 2025. It's Tourette Awareness Month. Tourette's Awareness Month. Oh,
okay.
And I just it made me stop and think. I wonder what's become of our old intern, Twitchy Phil, who had Tourette's syndrome.
Nice guy, Twitchy Phil.
Was a great guy. He's the one who made the Radio from Hell home game, home board game. And just a really nice guy. I hope he's doing okay. If anybody knows, let us know, or Phil, check in with us. It's International Conscientious Objectors Day, National Aperitif Day, Chocolate Chips Day, and International Casinos Day.
My daddy Gary was a conscientious objector.
Did
he got out of the Vietnam. Did
he go to Canada, or did he just?
No, he petitioned.
Filled out all the paperwork.
Yeah, he said, "Yeah, I don't think so."
I did it a certain way too. I got a psychiatrist to tell them I was crazy. This is the official morning show of Conscientious Objection. It is an all new edition of the Radio from Hell show, starring the Lords of Morning Radio. It's Kerry Jackson right there. I'm Bill Allred right here. Over there is Gina Marie Barberi. Katie for short is our fine producer, and let's see who's in there today. It's Maya is helping out, and the dog is helping in his own way by being asleep.
Yeah, the conscientious objector. It wasn't as easy as just saying,
very hard.
I don't want to go to war. He had to. It was like a hearing, and he said that he thinks why he got it is because he was honest with them, because he didn't go in there and say, I don't believe in killing people. He's like, yeah, if someone were attacking my family or something, yeah, I would. But this war, I do not.
So you didn't go the easy route with the bone spurs?
No.
Oh, okay. All right.
And I went the easy route. My mother paid for me to visit a psychiatrist.
All right, let's begin. Adam is here.
Hello, Adam.
Good morning. Thanks for letting me listen. Geek Show says hey.
Hey.
And Gina.
Yeah.
I believe in you.
Oh, Adam, you say the nicest things.
What's up, Adam?
So that was a great farting around. Listening to Arrested Development reminds me of Tool.
Really?
Okay.
So
Okay, how?
How's that? Okay, so in 1993, Lollapalooza was in Ogden.
Yep.
And Arrested Development was one of the headliners.
That's right. We were there.
So I'm sitting there enjoying their show, and a friend of mine comes and grabs me, says, you got to come to the side stage. So I go over there, and a few minutes later, Tool comes up on the side stage.
Mm-hmm.
And it was my first time hearing Tool.
That's cool.
Yeah, they were not a headliner at Lollapalooza.
No.
Yeah, but they were just getting going. Yeah, I remember that day well, riding around in a golf cart all over the fairgrounds there, the North Ogden Fairgrounds. Yeah. All right, thanks, Adam.
Thank you, Adam.
Good story.
All right,
Thank you.
Have a great day.
All right.
See ya.
Sketchy Blake of Ogden checking in. Thanks for letting Vic and I come say hi yesterday.
Sure.
As a matter of fact, I talked to Vic when I saw him in Ogden, not yesterday, but when I saw he was talking about that Lollapalooza.
Oh, really?
Show, as I recall. Yeah.
Let's see, Right Wing Wade checking in. Original mixer driver Shane checking in from Geneva Rock, listening since the 80s. Bus driver Troy checking in. Richard, who's not a dick, checking in. Excellent morning music school. Ella the Nanny checking in. April in American Fork adores Arrested
Oh,
Development.
good. I'm glad you like that, April.
Kilroy was here checking in from the most pleasant of groves. Patrick, the friendly neighborhood middle school teacher, checking in. I love hip-hop and never heard of them.
Oh,
Never heard of Arrested
I
Development.
mean, they've been around a long time.
Yeah,
but-
Emmett the Pool guy. Let's see. As a matter of fact, we used to play them.
Mm-hmm.
Ron the Carpenter picked up a Jetsons Hot Wheel for Frank Christ. Ooh,
Well,
exciting. Meshach of Erda checking in. Thanks for the Frank Sinatra rabbit hole yesterday, and now the Arrested Development rabbit hole today.
Anytime.
Perry City listener checking in. Rye from Orem. Johnny B checking in, listening while making breakfast for girlfriend and I. Clinic shift today. I'm going to help with embolizing some gonadal veins.
Oh, I think that's vasectomy? No.
No, well,
Sort of? In the same general area?
it's burning them.
Yeah. Mike in Nashville checking in. Dan of Evanston. Tristan from the most west of Jordan's checking in. Are we still flying places these days?
Not to New Jersey if you can avoid it.
Mikel of Reno checking in. Groundskeeper Bob, loving the rain.
Yeah, it was good sleeping weather last night.
Let's see. Hey, guys, listen to that song you referenced. Actually liked it. Looks like I'm a maniac of Future Mechanic. Lily from Far West. Oh, okay. It's his Little Cement Day.
Yeah. I met Lily. Hi, Lily.
Twitchy Phil is now Twitchy Reese.
Huh?
She transitioned years ago. I don't believe she's still in Utah. Did not know that.
What?
I didn't know
What?
that.
Oh.
But
We need more information.
Yeah, you can't just
what?
send that. You got to call us.
How do you know?
Come on.
Yeah,
Let
exactly.
me-
Give us some background.
Man.
Woodworker Willie checking in. Midvale's Rousdower checking in. Bay Area Mixer Driver checking in. Cindy of Sunset.
We're the #1 morning show of mixer drivers. By
I
the
think
way.
so.
Yeah. And people who have transitioned.
Yeah, I think both of those things
Yeah.
are true.
Attorney Thomas checking in. It says Courtney this morning, but if it's Attorney Thomas, doesn't he mean court this morning?
Oh yeah, probably.
All right.
It could be transitioned cement drivers, you know.
Yeah. Candace in Ogden, up on time for a change. My dad worked security at that Lollapalooza. All right, well, I guess we could get going then, now that everyone's here.
It's the only time Lollapalooza came to Utah.
Let's see. So we got another wet drive for some folks along the Wasatch Front, mainly up north, it seems like, but you might see some wherever you are. Not raining right now, but just be aware of that as you're leaving. Right Wing Wade says, checking in from I-15 accident, northbound I-15 Center Street in Provo. Cars are off to the shoulder with delays. Thank you, Wade. Wade is a member of the Infinity Team, as are all of you. Let me know what you're seeing on the roads, if it's safe for you to do that, and I will pass it along.
All right, we'll take a break, play a song for you. It's an On This Day, and if you know, you know kind of song on the way. Let's see, we've got that for you. Big Boy News right after that, and Frank Christ presents the Dead Celebrity Game coming up as well. Got some geek news on the way, boner of the day, the X poll. What makes you hate somebody instantly?
Is that what we decided on?
Something they do, something they say.
Dislike. You don't have to say hate.
You know, say
Dislike.
hate?
Yeah.
Okay, let me change that to dislike.
Dislike somebody.
All right. That's coming up. Stand by for all.
You'll see that Beat Gina is gaining on you. Oh, I'm your announcer, Johnny Ola. Now you can make big money the easy way by raising giant frogs. That's right. I said giant frogs. You raise them, and we buy what you raise. Contact the American Frog Canning Company today, and we'll send you our free book, A Fortune in Frogs. Then, when you're ready, we'll send you 2 giant Newfoundland breeder frogs. These breeders lay up to 10,000 eggs per year, and we pay you up to $5 per dozen. Think of the possibilities. Competition is unknown because the wild supply is diminishing. All you need is a small backyard pond for breeding. This is the best time to start. Contact the American Frog Canning Company, the originators of canned frog legs. We are currently developing the largest market for frogs throughout the country. Our products are on sale in principal cities everywhere.
Wow.
The American Canned Frog Company, New Orleans, Louisiana. And now, he never met a frog leg he didn't like.
Well.
Carrie Jackson, your host.
Oh, thank you, Johnny Ola.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much. The randomizer, Gina, has picked your contestant. You'll be playing against Michelle today.
Hi, Michelle.
Hello, hello.
All right, Michelle, we're going to toss a coin. This will tell us who goes first, and it will give you an advantage in the game if you win the toss. Call it heads or tails.
Let's go with heads,
All
please.
right, coin toss app says Tails.
Oh, Michelle, you're one step further away from winning these tickets to see Boy Genius performing a special concert at Library Square August 3rd. Limited tickets are on sale now. You can find information and ticket links at x96.com.
Gina needs all the advantages she can get because she's going to lose.
Hey, what?
She might win. She might win. But if you beat Gina, you're going to get those, what is it?
Boy Genius.
Boy Genius tickets.
Yeah.
But if she beats you, what are you prepared to do in her name?
I will make a donation to the Best Friends Animal Society.
Great idea.
That's very nice. All right. Okay, first question for Gina, since she won the coin toss. This is Spider-Man Homecoming trivia, because that movie was released in 2017. All of these questions are pretty much, I'll let you know if they're not about the movie. They might just be general Spider-Man trivia,
okay.
but here we go. So this first one is about the movie. Who was the first villain fight against Tom Holland's Spider-Man?
Okay.
The first villain. All of these are real Marvel villains. Is it one? Stiltman.
Oh.
It's very tall.
Oh, yes.
Yes. Mysterio.
Okay.
The Vulture.
Okay.
Or I Scream, the man of 32 flavors. Yes, he turns himself into
That's
ice
a
cream.
real
That's
thing?
a real Marvel villain. He is,
Yes.
I Scream.
Is it Mysterio?
Mysterio. No, I'm
No.
sorry, Gina.
there you go.
First. He was in the second movie, not this
All right,
one.
Michelle.
All right.
Michelle.
Is it number 3? Number 3?
Vulture. Yes. Played by Michael Keaton.
There's a point.
Who was wonderfully sinister. There's a scene between him and Tom Holland in a car that I just love.
Okay.
Anyway,
Congratulations, Michelle. You have a point, and you control the question.
Michelle, in Spider-Man Homecoming, who says to Peter, can't you just be a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man? Or should I say, a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man?
Oh.
Emphasis. All right. So, Michelle, is it one? Again, these are all real Marvel characters. Is it one, J. Pennington Pennypacker, a.k.a. the Mighty Dollar?
Okay.
Is it 2, Tony Stark? Is it 3, Aunt May? Or 4, Leather Boy from the Great Lakes Avengers?
Is it number 3?
Aunt May? No.
Gina.
Is it number 2?
Tony Stark.
All right.
It's like a team-up movie.
Now the game is tied, and Gina has the advantage. She controls the question.
Gina,
Yes.
what is the name of the restaurant that MJ works at?
Okay.
That's Zendaya.
Daya, not Daya.
Yes. So what's the name of the restaurant that she works at? Is it 1, Peter Pan Donut and Pastry Shop? Mm-hmm. Is it 2, the Daily Grind Coffee Shop? Mm-hmm. Is it 3, the Garden of Eden? Mm-hmm. Or 4, Stonehenge Bakery?
Is it 2?
The Daily Grind? Your instincts are correct because that's an actual comic book Spider-Man place. But not
no.
the answer for us here.
Okay.
All right. Michelle, excuse me, Michelle.
What was number 1 again?
The Peter Pan Donut and Pastry Shop.
Okay, was it number 3?
The Garden of Eden? Terribly sorry. No. The answer is the Peter Pan Donut and Pastry Shop. Okay. All right.
The Garden of Eden, I believe, is in Nephi.
It is. Yes, it is.
But it's a great name for a place.
Is it?
Let's see now Gina's question. It's tied 1-1. This could go on forever.
This could.
No,
yes.
we'll get it.
All right, Gina. In Spider-Man Homecoming, what did Peter Parker quit so that he could concentrate on fighting crime?
Okay.
Was it 1, Fortnite?
Yes.
The 2, the academic decathlon team? 3, the line dancing club? Or 4, the swimming team?
The swimming team.
Oh. You are going to be here all day.
Oh, Lord. Michelle?
Number 2?
The academic decathlon team, yes.
All right, it's 2-1. Michelle, you control the question. You have 2 points.
You can do it.
Please answer it
Okay.
correctly.
All right.
Let's do it.
In Spider-Man Far From Home. Okay, we're jumping ahead.
Okay.
In Spider-Man Far From Home, what item does Nick Fury give to Peter Parker? Is it 1, a membership in the Jelly of the Month Club? Is it 2, Tony Stark's glasses? Is it 3, $365 in Kohl's cash? Or 4, the pager to contact Captain Marvel?
Is it number 2?
It is!
And you win the game, thank God.
Yes.
Well, there we are. Nicely done, Michelle. You win, and Gina goes down in flames.
You got those Boy Genius tickets coming to Library Square on August 3rd.
Hang on the line, and we'll tell you how to get your tickets.
I've got to get out of here. My tadpoles are ready.
Because on this day, in 1982, The Clash released their 5th studio album, Combat Rock, featuring a lot of songs you know. Should I Stay or Should I Go? Rock the Casbah, Straight to Hell. But that's the first track on that album, and a damn fine song.
Yes, indeed.
And as timely as today's headlines. Speaking of which, news is next. Right after the news, it's Frank Christ Presents They're Fine, They're Just Fine, the Dead Celebrity Game. Going to give you a list of 4 celebrity names. 3 of them are just fine. 1 of them dead. Pick the dead one correctly. You're going to win.
Tickets to see Sleep Theory with special guests Nevertell, Oxymorons, and Stray View Friday, June 6th at the Complex.
All right, so you get those concert tickets just by playing Frank Christ Presents. 877-602-9696 is the number to call. Line up and play. Right after this, Big Boy News brought to you by
The Living Traditions Festival, May 16th through the 18th, Friday, Saturday, Sunday at Washington and Library Square. Enjoy diverse, multicultural food, performances, and art from Utah's native cultures. This event is free and open to the public. More information at livingtraditionsfestival.com.
Well, speaking of Frank Christ, tragedy, he was one of a kind, an original, he will be missed. Joe Don Baker is dead at the age of 89.
Mitchell.
He was memorable in Junior Bonner, Charlie Varick, and his 2 different characters, one good guy and one bad guy in Bond films. And, of course, as Mitchell. And Walking Tall. Joe Don Baker, the broad-shouldered.
You purposefully ignored Fletch.
Yeah, because you know I discriminate against Fletch. I've always hated Fletch. I never want it mentioned again. The broad-shouldered Texas tough guy who portrayed characters on both sides of the law. Sheriff Buford Pusser in the unexpected box office hit and a terrible movie, Walking Tall.
Yep.
He died May 7th. His family announced he was 89. Baker, they didn't want to release it until now. They were afraid that the country would go into mourning. Baker first attracted mainstream attention in 1972 when he starred as the younger business-minded brother of an aging Arizona rodeo rider, Steve McQueen, in Sam Peckinpah's Junior Bonner, which was a pretty good movie. Then he portrayed a sadistic mob hitman named Molly in Don Siegel's Charlie Varick, starring Walter Matthau. In the James Bond films, he played a villain, the megalomaniacal arms dealer Brad Whitaker in The Living Daylights, starring Timothy Dalton, one of the least memorable Bond movies, and CIA agent Jack Wade opposite Pierce Brosnan in GoldenEye and Tomorrow Never Dies. So
he was Chief Jerry Carlin in Fletch.
It's not, Fletch is really not mentioned anywhere I can see in this entire movie, or in this entire obituary.
He was also in Mars Attacks.
Yeah.
People ask me, I want to try Mystery Science Theater. What's an episode I should try? Usually the answer is Manos: The Hands of Fate. Mm-hmm. I always say Mitchell. Joe Don
hilarious.
I'm tracking through this entire obit, and I don't see Fletch anywhere.
Well,
there it is.
Oh, okay.
There, finally. Yes, he says he was a Southern sheriff turned NYPD detective on a truly terrible TV show called Eyeshide.
Oh, I remember
which is something you do not want to call a TV
It's
show.
terrible. It was terrible.
And he played a crooked cop in Fletch.
I'd be willing
In
to bet
1985.
Fletch is one of the best box office performing movies he was ever in. I'd be
You think?
willing to bet.
Oh, I don't know.
Well,
I don't know.
Google it.
Find out.
Let's find out.
Find out.
Which Joe Don Baker movie made the most money? Which movie with Joe Don Baker?
Okay.
Put it that way.
Washington City Police, this is Utah, Washington City, Utah Police, say that they've made several arrests following a search of a home where 27 people, including multiple children, were living in unsafe and unsanitary conditions. The names of the arrested people have not been released. According to the Washington City Police Department, they have been conducting an investigation into multiple criminal violations and the unsafe conditions at the home. Police said that they believe illegal narcotics and fraudulent identity documents were also in the home. The home was unpermitted, didn't have permits. It had undergone several remodels that had no permits for them. They executed a search of the home on Wednesday. They found multiple suspects, fraudulent identity documents, illegal narcotics, and 27 people, 3 children under the age of 12 were living there. They found rooms with exposed electrical panels and wiring, no windows for bedrooms, kitchens in many small rooms that were intended to be used as bedrooms, and other alarming items. In one basement room, the footings of the house were exposed with dirt removed from the ground in what appeared to be an effort to make more room for additional people. 2 adult men were arrested for multiple counts of possession of fraudulent identity. Following the search, they said, we're condemning this house. It's unsafe and unsanitary for any occupancy. The Hogle Zoo, they have removed its Zoo Brews event for Pride Month.
Really?
Pride with Our Pride. They've been doing that for Pride Month for a while, in exchange for an event called Colors of Conservation. When Philip Seavey opened an email from Utah's Hogle Zoo advertising this year's Zoo Brew events, he wasn't happy. They weren't happy. The list of 21 and up evenings lacked an event that the zoo had hosted during Pride Month for the past few years, an event that Seavey had enjoyed attending. They mailed the zoo to ask, what happened to Pride with Our Pride? In its place, Seavey noticed the zoo had instead scheduled Zoo Brew event called Colors of Conservation for June 11th. Well, we changed the name of the Pride with Our Pride event to Colors of Conservation to keep the focus on what unites us, our shared commitment to protecting wildlife and celebrating the diversity of people who make that possible, a guest services director at the zoo said in an emailed response. That's not true. That is an untrue statement. They got rid of Pride with Pride because they're worried about aligning the zoo with Pride. In a follow-up email, zoo officials told Seavey, we will stay true to the values of supporting that diverse community while at the same time navigating, well, here's the truth, while at the same time navigating the realities of the environment we operate in.
That's it.
That's the truth. Along with changes to Pride with Our Pride, the zoo's current June calendar does not show a 2025 Family Pride celebration, another event that the zoo has hosted in the past.
The top-grossing movie Joe Don Baker was in, not surprising, it's a James Bond movie.
Oh, the James Bond.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
A proposed $500 million Trump luxury hotel in Serbia is up in the air after a government official allegedly forged a document to expedite the project, the New York Times reported late Wednesday night. And I know you're thinking, oh, somebody in the administration forged this document. No, it was somebody in the Serbian government.
It was immediately where I went, though.
Yeah, I know. Jared Kushner, Trump's son-in-law, and his firm Affinity Partners are seeking to build a Trump International Hotel on a vacant site in Belgrade, where a defense ministry building once stood before it was bombed in a U.S.-led NATO air campaign in 1999. The hotel would be the first Trump-branded hotel in Europe. The leader of the Serbian agency charged with protecting cultural monuments admitted to the authorities that he had forged a government document allowing the former Yugoslav Ministry of Defense headquarters in Belgrade to be demolished and replaced with the Trump Hotel. The project won tentative approval from the Serbian government last year, even before the government officially moved to revoke the protected historic status of the former Defense Ministry complex, which was heavily damaged during the bombing. Donald Trump alarmed reporters aboard Air Force One with a little joke about an F-15 fighter jet escort that prompted the reporters to say, is there a threat to the plane? Are we in danger here? The president came into the press cabin aboard the plain old Air Force One, not the fancy one that he wants, to speak with reporters en route to Doha, Qatar, and volunteered that officials had told him, yes, they do need a fighter escort the plane was about to encounter. When a reporter asked if the escort was in response to a threat, Trump gave a playfully cryptic response. How did your meeting with the Syrians go? Well, I think it was going very well. Great relationships, and now we're meeting with a group that's fantastic. The Emir is a great guy. I know him. I know him very well.
I know him.
I know him all very well. Who are you? He says to the reporter. You're going to be surrounded by about 8 fighter jets in a minute, in about 7 minutes. Then you say, do we need them? And then they say, yes. Doesn't that make me feel that doesn't make me feel good, right? And the reporter says, is it a threat? Did they tell you what the threat is? No, there's no. Well, let's assume there's no threat. We have to assume that.
God, what?
And then he made a face.
Yeah.
So he thinks he's being funny with these reporters. How did you find the Syrian president? Great, I think very good. Young, attractive guy, tough guy, strong pass, very strong pass.
He's a terrorist,
He's a
by
terrorist.
the way.
Yeah.
Look into his background. He's a terrorist.
Yeah.
He's Al Qaeda.
Yeah.
And
he
then he
started out in Al Qaeda, and then he formed his own.
Tough guy, really, really tough guy, strong guy, good guy. I know him. I know him well. I know him all very well.
Yeah.
Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. sidestepped questions about vaccinations during a congressional hearing Tuesday. Kennedy appeared before the House Appropriations Committee, where he was pressed on the ongoing measles outbreak in Texas and other parts of the country. He was asked by Representative Mark Pocan, a Democrat from Wisconsin, if you had a child today, would you vaccinate your child for measles? Kennedy appeared to hesitate before responding, probably. He added, however, that directly answering the question might be interpreted as, quote, giving advice to other people, and I don't want to be doing that.
It's your job.
It's your job, idiot.
Kennedy, who has been labeled a vaccine skeptic for his past work, has also called the measles outbreak, quote, a call to action for all of us, noting that getting vaccinated is crucial to combating the potentially deadly disease. But then he tries to hedge those comments all the time.
Mm-hmm.
We're not going to solve this problem by throwing more money at it. We have to spend smarter. We'll shift funding away from bureaucracy towards direct impact.
I made the mistake of watching some of that, and it just
I saw a little bit.
Infuriated me.
2 South Carolina parents were arrested after officials found their 6-month-old baby covered in rat bites. The Anderson County Sheriff's Office announced that the arrest of Akalea Bearden and Justin Bearden, both 24 years old, charged with 2 counts of unlawful conduct toward a child. 6-month-old girl being treated at a hospital after a large rat started eating the kid inside a home in Belton, South Carolina. Ford has recalled nearly 274,000 Navigator and Expedition SUVs due to, sometimes the brakes just stop working.
Well, as long as they work most of the time.
Well, no. They have to work 100% of the time, Gina. According to documents published by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, the front brake lines in these now recalled cars may be in contact with their engine air cleaner outlet pipe. Due to a potential installation defect, that can result in a brake fluid leak and loss of brake function. If you have an Expedition or an Explorer, you'll get a notice in the mail. But in the meantime, I'd be careful about driving it. And finally, a lawmaker has been blasted. Well, actually, not just one, but several. Lawmakers have been blasted for falling asleep in the middle of an important congressional meeting. Michigan Democrat Debbie Dingell, 71 years old, hit with backlash over her nap at the House Energy and Commerce Committee. She's literally back in her chair with her mouth open.
There she is.
Yeah, there's Debbie Dingell. Poor Debbie.
It's like she's waiting for Frank Christ.
Michigan Democrat Debbie Dingell, but she said the Republicans were to blame for this. Illinois Democratic Representative Jan Schakowsky, 80, also fell asleep as one lawmaker was speaking. And then, represent Utah Republican Representative Blake Moore.
Not 80.
44 years old.
Oh, really?
There
he is.
Was caught snoozing during the meeting. The representative was seen dozing off behind a desk cluttered with 3 bottled beverages. Oh, yeah.
X96.com/live.
Yeah, this is during the same committee meeting, I believe. He was awakened because it was his turn to vote, and somebody shook him.
Jesus.
The congressperson sitting next to him shook him and said, wake up, you gotta vote.
Honey,
Debbie Dingle said,
time for football practice.
Honey,
I was up for Debbie Dingle said I was up for 31 hours straight fighting Republicans trying to gut Medicaid.
I mean, I'm sure that's true.
I close my eyes to think about an America where everyone has access to quality, affordable health care.
I mean, just say you were just
say
you
that
could just
tired.
Not everything has to be a.
Yeah.
We was there late and I was tired.
I was tired. Yes, I was going to see if Blake Moore said anything about it. No, doesn't say. All right, that's it.
Sports weather traffic.
Real Salt Lake and Portland yesterday tied at 0. That was that score from that match. In the NBA, Minnesota Timberwolves over the Golden State Warriors, 121-110. Minnesota wins 4-1. We also had the Celtics and the Knicks. Celtics 127, Knicks 102. The Knicks lead that series 3-2. And today you've got the Thunder and the Nuggets at 6:30. Oklahoma City leads that series 3-2.
The Thunder and the Nuggets?
Yes.
Okay. Aren't you supposed to make a joke about that?
I think it's available to any of us if we would like to.
I guess so.
That's an open.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't have ownership of the poop joke
I
that
get
might be associated with.
I get it. That's fine. We can all make that joke in our heads.
In the NHL, you've got the Oilers 1 over the Golden Knights 0. That means Edmonton wins that series 4-1. That was in overtime, by the way. And the Panthers over the Maple Leafs 6-1. Florida leads that series 3-2. Today you've got the Hurricanes and the Capitals at 5 and the Stars and the Jets at 7:30. That is your sports weather. So 50% chance of showers today, high of 63. So a little bit warmer than yesterday, but not much. Overnight low 46. Tomorrow looks like our sunniest day of the next few. High of 67. It'll be cloudy, but not rainy tomorrow. Then we have a whole other storm coming in Saturday. Could even have some thunderstorms with lightning on Saturday, it looks like. Traffic we have. Some wet roads, especially the further north you get. Ogden seeing a lot. Marriott, Slaterville seeing some. Spray kicking up from tires there. Accidents. We have a crash northbound I-15 Center Street in Provo. Milepost 265. That's the only thing that UDOT's reporting, and haven't heard anything from Infiniteam. That's all of you out there on the roads. If you see something you think other friends of the program need to be aware of, you can text us 33986.
Frank Christ, I want to thank you for stopping and not interrupting that important weather report. I noticed you started to come in the window and then you stopped.
Back out again.
Stopped. It was very kind.
He knows how to make an entrance. Yeah. There's a little showbiz with Frank.
Some. Well, I am a showbiz guy.
I guess you're kind of bummed about having to go collect Joe Don Baker's
let me tell you,
soul.
I haven't been able to talk about that one for a week or so.
Yeah.
Oh, what a pain.
Really?
Oh, he was so ornery.
Was he carrying a baseball bat?
He kept threatening me.
Frank has joined us here in the studio. For those of you who may not know, Frank he's a Grim Reaper. He's the Reaper of celebrity souls specifically. That's his specialty, and he doesn't like doing it. It's a curse.
I love our precious celebrities, even Joe Don Baker.
I know you do. But that's what Frank has to do. When a celebrity dies, Frank goes and collects the soul of that celebrity, puts the essence in the sidecar of his electric scooter. He doesn't have a horse like a lot of Grim Reapers do. He has an electric scooter.
I don't like horses.
And it whisks them away to the distribution center, when from there they are distributed, I guess. Frank joins us to play the game we call Frank Chris Presents.
They're fine. They're just fine.
He's given me a list of actors, and it's 4 actors, and Frank is happy to report.
All 3 of them are fine.
Yep, 3 of them are still alive, but one of the actors on this list is dead, and it is the contestant. I'm sorry, Frank. And it is the contestant's job to discern which of these actors has died. And who do we have to do that?
Amy is here.
Amy, good morning. How are you?
Good morning. How are you?
I'm fine. I'm fine, too. I'm just fine. Amy,
Awesome.
if
Great.
if you can select the
Yes.
dead celebrity, you will win a fine prize, which is what, Gina?
It's tickets to see Sleep Theory with special guests Nevertell, Oxymorons, and Strayview Friday, June 6th at the Complex.
All right, here we let's do it. Here we go. Frank has given me a list of actors because it's International Casinos Day. Actors in movies about gambling and casinos. Here we go. Number one, Sally Kirkland, former member of Andy Warhol's The Factory. For her performance in the TV movie The Haunted, she got a Golden Globe Award for Best Actress. She guest starred on a lot of shows. Roseanne, Murder, She Wrote, The Nanny. She had a recurring role in Felicity and also on Days of Our Lives. She was in a classic gambling movie, The Sting. Sally Kirkland, number one. Number two, Mary Elizabeth Mastriantonio. She made her Broadway debut in the revival of West Side Story, went on to be in the film Scarface. Her other film roles include The Abyss, Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, Perfect Storm. Nominated for a Tony for the Broadway revival of Man of La Mancha. She was in The Color of Money, about pool hustlers. Number two, Mary Elizabeth Mastriantonio. Number three is Meshack Taylor. He was Anthony Bouvier on Designing Women. He was also known for his portrayal of Hollywood Montrose, a flamboyant window dresser, in the film Mannequin and Mannequin 2. He also appeared in Dave's World and Buffalo Bill with Dabney Coleman. He was in a movie called House of Games about con men and confident schemes. Number three is Meshack Taylor. And finally, number four, Alex Kingston. She became noted for her television work in Britain and the United States. She was a regular on ER, on Doctor Who, Arrow, and A Discovery of Witches. She appeared in shows like Gilmore Girls, Shoot the Messenger, and The Widow. She was in a movie called Croupier, about a writer who takes a job as a croupier at a local casino. Number four is Alex Kingston. All right, Amy, one of them's dead. Which one?
Number three.
Meshack Taylor, that's right. Died in 2014 at the age of 67. He was delightful as Anthony Bouvier on Designing Women.
I agree.
Yes.
I agree. I love that show.
All right. Congratulations, Amy. You've won the prize.
Thank you.
You're
Thank
welcome.
You so much.
You're welcome so much. Hang on the line, and Katie will tell you what you have to do next.
All right, well, I've got to go check on Brian Eno.
Oh, he's got to be pretty old.
77 today.
Not crazy old.
I need to get the Artist Reaper for Jasper Johns, 95.
Oh. Yeah, he's famous, too.
Da Vinci Christ will
Da
be
Vinci
on his
Christ
way.
does that?
Yes. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Crash at the bottom of the exit ramp southbound I-15 to 1600 North in Orem. The left shoulder is blocked. It's the only accident that UDOT's reporting, or Infiniteam. You're not reporting anything either. What? Surely you see something out there, Infiniteam. You should text us 33986. Jerry Seiner Cadillac celebrate their new location with an incredible buying experience for your dream car. Come in today and experience the Seiner difference.
All right, KXRK Provo, we're going to take a break. We'll have some geek news for you after this. Boner of the Day is on the way, and an X-Poll. Stand by for all of that. Salt Lake Film Society.
I went there on Mother's Day, had a great time, as I always do, at the Broadway Center Cinemas. And I like all these films they've got going now. They have this... They do these programs, and the program now is right person, wrong time. So they're movies where, like Titanic. I mean, Rose and Jack, they were a perfect couple, just shouldn't have been on the Titanic.
And if you see it on the big screen, you can argue about whether he would fit on the door or not.
And you may not have ever seen Titanic on the big screen. It hasn't been out since 1997. So go see that. Also, Before Sunrise, another great movie. I love that movie with Ethan Hawke. Get your tickets also for the Mesa Pacific Island Film Festival on May 20th through the 22nd. See local and international films that feature Pacific Islander communities and stories. Don't wait. Go to a movie. Go see it on the big screen. Enjoy the great concession stand they have there at Broadway Center Cinemas. You can also join the Salt Lake Film Society Red Carpet Club and support retrospectives and other things like this. You can get tickets and everything you need at slfstix.org.
Did you miss out on your favorite
These Charlie horses. muscle spasms in
Aren't
my
you drinking
legs.
your pickle juice, Bill?
No, I had.
What happened?
So my wife, I had to go to the top of the stairs, going, "Help! Hey, bring the pickle." She said, "Oh, here,
Bring the emergency
Yes.
pickle. You need a little
Here.
box at the top of the stairs with a glass
Yeah.
with pickle juice
Right.
in there and a break in case of cramp.
Now, she said, "Have you been drinking the pickle juice?" And I went, "No, because I hadn't been having any trouble. But you got to stay on top of it."
Maintenance
now, here's
doses.
the other, maintenance. But here's the other thing. She said, "Okay, drink that. You know what'll help you immediately, though, is mustard."
Mustard.
Yeah, and apparently, and this
Like
is
in what? Like a spoonful of
a
mustard?
spoonful of mustard. I'm going to get you some mustard. And she brought up a spoonful of, I believe it was Grey Poupon, and I consumed a spoonful of Grey Poupon.
That's what Barack Obama takes when he has muscle cramps.
Is that so? Really? I had never heard that, but I'm sure she picked it up at roller derby. Would be my
But
guess.
there are cramps at roller.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, there are
There
of
are.
various kinds. And
Various
mustard
mustard doesn't help those.
it seemed to quell it pretty well, actually. So that's a tip for you kids. But if you don't want to, if you just want to, you just should take a little shot of if you are a person who is plagued by muscle cramps, and some people are more than others. Just drink your pickle juice, a couple of shots of pickle juice. You can buy a gallon jug of pickle juice online for like $10 or something. Don't buy those. You can, like if you see in the store, pickle shots, and they're these little individual.
Don't buy those?
No,
They're expensive?
Well, it's wasteful too. It's like 40 of those little plastic bottles as opposed to one plastic jug.
I'm being informed that runners who do it on more than one occasion, people
Mustard?
who are into it, they carry little packets of
Little mustard
packets of
There
mustard.
you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Except
I never
for-
knew that.
Except for Bill's Grey Poupon.
Well, hello, Mr. Fancy Pants.
Well, I like French's yellow mustard as well. I like all mustards pretty much. I'm
A grainy mustard? Do you like a grainy mustard?
Listen, an Engelhofer brand, stone ground mustard.
Mustard isn't used enough, and I mean in cooking.
The spicy. What's the brown mustard? I guess it's Golden's spicy
yes.
brown mustard. When it comes to mustard, I don't discriminate.
No.
There's your
That
there's your
might be
sign.
my sign off.
When it comes
today.
to mustard, I do not discriminate.
All mustards are welcome.
Yes, I love mustard.
You're a mustard ally, is what
Yes,
you are.
and Mean Mr. Mustard. No, it's Mean Mr. Custard, isn't it?
No, it's Mean Mr. Mustard.
Oh, it is Mean Mr. Mustard.
He sleeps in the park,
Yeah, in the dark.
in the dark.
Yeah, he's a
He,
go-getter.
he shaves in the dark,
Oh, he shaves in the dark. He's a go-getter.
trying to save paper,
Yeah.
which I don't get.
He shaves in the dark trying to save paper.
That makes no sense.
Yeah.
That's a British thing. I'm
It
sure.
must be a British.
It's a British shaving thing. I am.
So what we're learning is a spoonful of mustard makes the pickle juice go down.
Makes the cramps go away.
Oh.
Yeah. And I don't mind eating a spoonful of mustard. It's I'll every once in a while I'll have mustard on a cracker, just because I like mustard.
Eat mustard on them biscuits.
We've gone from Joan Jett to mustard.
Yeah.
X96.
Like Rose in Granite. We still don't know where Granite is.
Granite.
But it's somewhere.
Oh.
And Rose knows where it is.
All right. Granite. All right. Is this a sponsored feature?
Haster Games for board games, Magic the Gathering, Pokemon, miniatures, dice paints, and more. Haster Games, 6831 South State, or HasterGames.com.
All right. A couple of things for you to watch at work today because, well, you don't work at work. Let's see. First of all, James Gunn teased on his social media that he's been waiting too long to share this. He's a showman. And this is about the only smart thing that David Zaslav at Warner Brothers has done, and that is put James Gunn in charge of all the DC properties and just said, here's some money, go play. The new Superman trailer.
Fine, because we've seen bits of it.
We've seen bits of it.
Yeah.
But this is
Okay.
the full first trailer,
Okay.
the official trailer, and it helps explain how the Superman movie's approach is going to be a little different. So listen, here we go. So it's Lois and Clark.
Are you being serious right now?
Yeah.
You'd let me interview you as Superman.
Sure.
Ready?
Let's do it, Cronkite.
Superman.
Miss Lane.
Recently, you've come under a lot of fire for
I
what
know,
some
it's a
might.
lot of
it's
fire,
it's a lot. Today, the Secretary of Defense said he was going to look into your actions. That's funny?
My actions? I stopped a war.
Maybe.
Not maybe. I did.
In effect, you illegally entered a country.
This is how you're gonna be?
I'm not the one being interviewed, Superman. Did you consult with the president?
No.
You seemingly acting as a representative of
I
the
wasn't
United States
representing
will cause
anybody
more
except for me.
problems around the world.
And doing good.
I would question myself in the same situation and consider the consequences.
People were going to die. Hey, buddy. Eyes up here.
Well, we got to look at a lot of the other characters that are also in the movie.
It's not a comedy.
I don't know. It's kind of
It's
funny.
got some funny
That
stuff
was
in there.
funny.
Yeah. You've got, of course, David Cornsweet as Superman, Rachel Brosnahan as Lois Lane, Nicholas Hoult as Lex Luthor.
Your actions.
We got another look at Edie Gathegi as Mr. Terrific.
Makes you.
Anthony Carrigan as Metamorpho.
I see Crypto.
Crypto's there too, yeah. Nathan Fillion as the jerk Green Lantern Guy Gardner. And Isabella Merced as Hawkgirl. We also got Wendell Pierce as Perry White. Skylar Gisondo as Jimmy Olsen. He looks like he stepped right out of the comic book.
Will not.
Pruitt Taylor Vince as Jonathan Kent.
I like Pruitt Taylor Vince a lot.
Frank Grillo as Rick Flag Sr.
I'll go get him for you.
And that's just scratching the surface. I mean, you know. We're expected to see Millie Alcock as Kara Zor-El, Supergirl, in there. She's supposed to show up. She's not in the trailer, but July 11th.
You have a dog?
How do you make Superman relatable? Give him a dog.
Yeah.
Well, he always had a dog.
Yeah.
Another trailer that we got, and this one, because of Superman, it's not getting the attention that it needs. We finally got our first look at Ironheart, which is a Marvel TV series from Ryan Coogler, and it presents Riri Williams, who's a comic book character, Ironheart. She was introduced in Black Panther: Wakanda Forever.
For real.
Welcome, Riri. In less than 3 minutes, the air in this elevator will no longer be breathable.
Oh, what is this?
Your interview. You'll suffocate and die unless you break into the device on the floor. Or you
But she is not, an Iron Man, heir apparent. She is her own person. She's as smart as Tony Stark. And the villain in this show is Parker Robbins, also known as the Red Hood, played by Anthony Ramos. Now, the Red Hood is a criminal, but he's got this alien magic power kind of thing going.
You win her out.
So, June 24th on Disney Plus is when that opens.
And that's a series.
That's a series,
Okay.
yes.
To be acknowledged for your greatness.
Now, why we waited 3 years for this show to come on, I don't know. It's been done for 3 years.
Oh.
Genius at MIT.
I think they misplaced it.
Could be.
Fancy tech firms.
And let's see, also in Marvel news, we got officially announced that this is the worst kept secret in the Marvel Universe, is that Kristen Ritter will return as Jessica Jones in Daredevil Born Again Season 2. We know that because we saw pictures of them working together.
You're kidding. I'm always the last to know these things.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Also, they announced that Captain America Brave New World, the new one with the Red Hulk, will be on Disney Plus May 28th as well. Let's see. I don't have time for that one. Also, another announcement. We all liked Fallout. Walton Goggins as the ghoul, right?
Yep.
Well, they just finished shooting Season 2, and there was a video of Walton removing his makeup to commemorate. He just rips it right off of his face. And they've announced, yes, not only are you going to do Season 2, we're going to do Season 3. So you're going to get 3 whole seasons, at least, on Prime Video of Fallout. And if you haven't watched it yet, change your life.
Yeah, I hope they keep up the quality with the second and third seasons.
Infiniteam reporting a free couch westbound 201 at 3200 West. So if you're in need of a couch, get it while the getting's good, I guess.
Be careful in traffic.
Emergency crews are now blocking the 2 left turn lanes at the bottom of 1600 North exit ramp in Orem from southbound I-15. Expect delays through that area, and still some wet roads in places. Be aware of that as you're heading out on your commute. And if you see something like we've got the couch, maybe you see a coffee table or
an end lamp,
a hutch maybe, you can let us know at 33986. Stubbs Dental, award-winning services, life-changing results. Visit stubbsdental.com to book your appointment now.
All right.
We've got Boner of the Day coming up. Here are the candidates you'll be voting for. Boner candidate number 1, MAGA Meltdown. We speak English here. Boner candidate number 2, well, wasn't that fun? And Boner candidate number 3, this decision should have been left to us.
All right. Boner of the Day, Big Boy News, all coming up after some messages and a song. Stand by.
Time winding down for you to win $1,000. I believe this contest ends tomorrow, so get your keywords in. 7:15, 10:15, 1:15, and 5:15. Each keyword is a unique entry for you. Listen all day to increase your chances of winning. Your keyword for this hour is fund. Fund, F-U-N-D, fund. Text that to 508-777-1000. That's 508-777-1000 for your chance at $1,000 in this nationwide contest.
All right, thank you very much. Okay, we will take a break, play a song. We'll have your Boner of the Day, Big Boy News, all coming up. Oh, it's the Living Traditions Festival.
It is indeed Living Traditions Festival. It's tomorrow, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. It's at Library Square and Washington Square. Downtown Salt Lake, and it's free to enter. Now, you'll want to bring some money because they have all kinds of food there and
art
things to buy, vendors and so forth. This festival showcases arts and traditions passed down through generations. You can enjoy multicultural performances, craft artists and food vendors, along with hands-on workshops, food demonstrations, and beer tasting. So it's the Living Traditions Festival. It is put on by the Salt Lake Arts Council. So join us for it. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's always fun. The event is free, open to the public, no ticket required. There's more information at livingtraditionsfestival.com. That's livingtraditionsfestival.com this weekend. Don't miss it at Library Square and Washington Square.
We've got a treasure chest.
I got to go. Chainsaw Guy's going to be here. I got to go get something out of my desk.
All right. Well, Chainsaw Guy is here. He is the... Oh, there he is.
Hi.
Hi, Chainsaw
You're
Guy.
spending all morning with us. I feel very honored, Chainsaw Guy.
I don't know. I may have to take off in a bit. You know, this is my very busiest day. Chasing screaming kids out of the haunted houses. It's very hard.
Is it fulfilling work?
Well, yeah, to a certain point. But, you know, I find my work as a self-certified life coach a little bit more satisfying. I can answer people's questions, you know, their
love questions,
life questions. All you have to do is call us at 877-602-9696. That is your dumb number, isn't it? Right?
Well, it's the number. I don't know if it's a dumb number.
877-602-9696. I saw a text question a while ago, and it's a guy said, I have a teenage girl. How can I convince my teenage daughter I'm not an idiot? And I sent back, I said, you can't. You know why? Because you are an idiot.
I like to think of this as
Hello, yeah, what?
It is,
Chainsaw Guy edition.
Whatever you want to talk about with Chainsaw.
So, yeah, 877-602-9696.
Hello, yeah, what?
Well, that's the dumb number you use to reach out to Chainsaw Guy. You know, I spent many years reading self-help books.
Is that how you became a self-certified life coach?
You bet your booty. Sure did.
That's how one becomes self-certified.
Yeah, self-certified life coach. I can tackle just about anything.
Because you have to do something the rest of the year. You're not there are no haunted houses to chase people around all year long.
Well, that's true. I put my shingle out out on the front of the house. It says, you know, Chainsaw Guy lives here. Self-certified life coach. Please come in.
Just walk in.
Just walk in. You can just walk in. And then I also have the worm farm.
Walk-ins welcome.
Yeah, well, just walk in. It's fine. You don't have to have an appointment or anything. And I like answering the calls that aren't coming in today on your stupid phone line.
877-602-9696. Well, I don't know. Maybe it's your attitude that's keeping people away.
You keep saying everything's dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whatever.
Hello, yeah, what?
What do you two knobs know about it?
Well, see, there we go again.
I mean, I can be kind.
Now, Chainsaw Guy, you are a life coach, love coach. Do you have a special someone in your life?
A Mrs. Chainsaw Guy?
Well, I'm just wondering if there's...
I had a Mrs. Chainsaw Guy, but then I went to that law firm. You know, she's trying to take See, we got divorced. She's trying to take She was trying to take my Poolin and my Eager Beaver and my Still Chainsaw.
Doesn't she realize that's your work?
Yeah, well, she doesn't care.
She doesn't care.
No, she's got herself a new guy. She just wants my chainsaws and my hockey bats. Can't have it.
You're taking me for everything you're worth.
That's right.
All right. Well, here are a couple of text questions.
Okay.
That I guess we could do.
right.
And they're basically about chainsaw maintenance. One,
okay.
How often should one change the oil in the chainsaw? And two, how often do you sharpen your chainsaw?
You don't sharpen a chainsaw, you dope. You just buy a new chain. I'll buy it on this. And so the long to go. But I'm not carrying it all. You just have it on it. But you know, maybe it's just awful today. I'll take them something. And then I put my front pad. And I put my candlestick in the post and on my foot. And then I put a pant under. And it's really easy to and it's very handy for removing warts.
Warts, huh?
Warts. If you got a wart, you get the chainsaw out.
That's a better way to remove it.
My small one.
Now here's a texter that is laying some information on me. I'm shocked to learn this.
What's that?
Because I'm apparently so naive.
What? What is it?
Texter says, all life coaches are self-certified. It's not a regulated profession. I'm shocked to hear this.
Listen.
This is astounding to me. This is the first I'm learning this.
Mr. or Miss Smarty Pants, when you say it's very difficult to self-certify. You have to read that Life Coaching for Dummies book.
That's right. And that's not an easy book to
No.
get through. There are no pictures.
No, Life Coaching for Dummies. That's what you do.
It's all
And then
words.
in the back of the book,
Yeah.
there's a form, and you can Xerox it and fill it out. Yeah, photocopy. Yeah, don't make fun of me. I'm older.
You've been chainsawing for
I've been chainsawing for decades.
Decades.
And so you fill out the form, and then you can frame it. And that's your certificates, eh?
So when people come to your house, you can point to it and say, see?
That's right. You hang out the shingle, they walk in, you just point it
Well,
out on the wall.
I'm just shocked to learn that this is not a
Well, you
thing.
learn something new every day.
Okay, now here's a question. Who is your favorite slasher? Michael Myers, Leatherface, Jason?
Well, you know. But I think I was prefer to go to my would be Phil Raymond. I'm Phil Raymond, yeah.
Who was that?
Phil Lyman.
Phil Lyman.
Phil Lyman. Oh, okay. Hey, I like to think that you're the best of two worlds. You bring Leatherface with a chainsaw, and you bring Jason with your hockey mask.
That's
So,
right. It's,
best of all worlds.
Split personality.
Right
Get
down the middle.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Right down the middle. All right. Well, thank you, Chainsaw
All
Guy.
right,
Thanks for coming in.
All right, I got work to do.
Okay.
All right.
I got kids to chase.
Yes, you do. All right. Let's see. Also, Carrie, I don't know if you know this. Again, I'm shocked to
Well,
learn.
you're here to be
learn
schooled.
these things. Apparently, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know if you know this, but when Chainsaw Guy gives advice, it's hard to hear him over the chainsaw sound. This is shocking to me.
I thought everybody could. I can hear him just
I can hear him
fine.
just fine. I don't know what the deal is with y'all.
I don't know. He seems to speak pretty clearly.
Thank goodness for you people.
He had to learn articulation to talk from behind the
Sure,
hockey mask.
not just anybody
No.
can do that.
Thank goodness for you people. I've only been doing this job for about 40 years, so thank you for helping me. New order.
So be looking for Todd Newcomb's Blue Mohawk tonight at the Kilby Block Party. They go on at 8:30.
New order does.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then Devo after or before?
No, Devo's before. Devo's
Before that.
7:30.
Okay.
On a different stage.
Oh.
So you might there's some decisions to make.
Yeah, you got to choose, I guess. All right. Well, there you go. That's the Kilby Block Party tonight. Time for Boner of the Day. 3 news stories. These are examples of bad, stupid, or funny human behavior. You will decide with your vote of these 3 candidates which one is the worst, which one deserves to be Boner of the Day for today, May 15, 2025. We'll give you 2 candidates now, a third after the news. Once you've heard all 3, then you will vote. One of you lucky random boner voters will receive.
Well, just to be clear, you can see both Devo and New Order.
Oh,
They're on
okay.
different stages, but they won't be playing
Not at the same
Not at the same time.
Just
Okay.
to be clear, I don't want people worrying about that. Boner T-shirt is what you can win for Boner voting.
Can't buy it, gotta win it.
Yep.
Radio from Hell, Boner T-shirt. Here's Boner. Boner candidate number 1, MAGA meltdown. We speak English here. The House Republican Party has been engulfed in a MAGA firestorm after posting a message on Twitter that was translated into Spanish. The official account was trying to signal that, quote, every American could benefit from Republican policies. But the outreach did not go down well among MAGA activists and some of the more radical members of its own caucus. House Republicans believe in every American's potential to thrive by embracing the power of work, the House Republican Conference account wrote, followed by that same sentence translated into Spanish.
Okay.
House Republicans believe in every American's potential to thrive by embracing the power of work. That's all it said. Los Republicanos en la Cámara creemos en que cada cuidadando americano. I'm butchering that. But anyway, it was in Spanish. Well, some outraged conservatives questioned whether the House Republican account had been hacked and demanded that whoever posted that be fired. Others recalled President Trump's March executive order that designated English as the official language of the United States.
Okay, that's just
Is this a joke at House GOP? We're in America. We represent Americans. We don't pander in foreign languages. Speak English, wrote Representative Brandon Gill, a Republican from Texas. And he took a swipe in another post. Press 2 for English is a losing message at House GOP.
You know, one of the reasons Donald Trump won, he managed to convince a lot of Spanish-speaking citizens to vote for him. You're insulting your own people.
Laura Loomer tweeted, "Why is the House GOP tweeting in Spanish? This is America. We speak English here." President Trump has literally signed English language executive orders. What the hell is the GOP doing? This is unbelievable. They're just... This is the MAGA
They're horrible
meltdown.
people.
We speak English here.
They're horrible people.
Boner candidate number 1. Here's Boner candidate number 2. Wasn't that fun? Well, early Monday afternoon, Idaho State Police attempted to stop a woman named Sonia Rebecca Harmon in her black Range Rover for speeding significantly over the limit. She fled at nearly 130 miles an hour and drove so recklessly that Idaho police terminated the pursuit. Utah law enforcement agencies were notified that Harmon was approaching the state line and deployed spikes a few miles ahead. She reportedly took off the ramp, bypassing the spikes. An officer got into his patrol car, activated his lights and sirens, but said Harmon fled at well over 100 miles an hour. The vehicle never used its signal, never again approached the speed limit, the affidavit said. The slowest she ever got was 97 miles an hour, mostly stayed above 110 miles an hour. The affidavit says Harmon nearly sideswiped several other cars as she weaved through traffic. Her vehicle was eventually spiked and partially disabled. She was removed from the vehicle at gunpoint, and as she stepped out of the car, she said, "Wasn't that fun?"
Gee. I'm glad you're having a good time.
Officers searched her vehicle and found multiple types of marijuana, which Harmon said, "Oh, yeah, that's mine."
Yeah.
Harmon told officers she didn't want to stop in Idaho because she had a second-degree felony warrant for a gun charge and didn't want to go to jail there.
Yeah, a little thing.
Yeah. Boner candidate number 2. Wasn't that fun? Coming up in a moment, Boner candidate number 3. This decision should have been left to us.
Boner candidate number 3 coming up after this big boy news and opinioendo brought to you by
Efficiency and adventure unite in the first ever 2025 Mazda CX-50 hybrid all-wheel drive. Lease yours for just $299 a month or get 3.9% APR for 63 months from your friends at Bountiful Mazda, where you'll always get tires and oil for life. Be electric, be Mazda at bemazda.com.
Tragedy. He was one of a kind, an original. He will be missed. I'm sure that, what is it, Marlon Perkins Christ? The reaper of it. Marlon Perkins Christ Morris, a famed alligator who was best known for his role in Happy Gilmore. passed away in Colorado this week. In a social media post, Colorado Gator Farm owner Jay Young announced the passing of the beloved movie star Morris the alligator. He said he believes it was due to natural causes associated with old age. Young said, "I never really knew how old Morris was. I mean, he was good at hiding his age." And it was because he arrived on the farm later in life, but he may have been anywhere between 80 and 100 years old. Morris retired to the Colorado Gator Farm in 2006, and Young said he had only grown 2 inches in his 19 years at the farm. He had a tenured career in Hollywood, starring in various movies and making appearances on TV shows. Morris's former co-star, Adam Sandler, posted his condolences on Instagram. "I will miss the sound of your tail sliding through the tall grass, your cold, bumpy skin, but most of all, I will miss your infectious laugh," Sandler wrote.
Your infectious laugh.
So what's next for Morris? Well, you think they're burying him? No, actually, the Colorado Gator Farm said, well, we're going to get him made into taxidermy.
Boots? Could I get some boots out of him?
No, they want their taxidermy. Put him on display at the Gator Farm. Let's see. Marlon Perkins Christ. You imagine driving down the road and hearing what sounds like a bowl of popcorn under your tires. Except it's not popcorn. It's bugs.
Ugh.
Thousands of them in the small town of Holden, Utah.
Oh,
Spring.
The Mormon crickets?
Yeah, spring has officially arrived, and so have the Mormon crickets. They are gross. They're noisy, said Holden resident Babette White.
Where are the seagulls to take care of this?
We're not living in a good enough way, Gina. We're too many sinners.
We've earned this plague.
Yeah, I would just urge the mayor of Holden to pray harder.
These aren't your peaceful chirpers. These are Mormon crickets, the flightless, oversized insects that crawl in swarms so thick they make the pavement look like it's moving. And you can hear the crunch as cars drive over them. Seems like for the last couple of weeks they've just come out from the back fields and then they get out on the freeway. So far they haven't hit her house, but she knows what it looks like when they do. I have neighbor friends who have pictures of them on their houses.
We need to get Mayor Criddle on the line and see how he's handling this.
It's kind of down in that area, but they said they devour people's gardens and lawns. They're just destructive. And they're not crickets at all. They're actually, technically, they are shield-backed katydids. But got to get the seagulls to come and get them. But you'll have to be more righteous people before that'll happen, I'm afraid. A suburban Utah mayor whom Donald Trump called 100% MAGA has announced that he will join the president's administration. Riverton Mayor Trent Staggs will become a regional advocate within the U.S. Small Business Administration, or as I heard it referred to earlier today on another radio station, the Small Business Administration. He said he will work with small businesses to identify red tape and regulation that we can cut. So, in other words, I'm there to cut.
And he's there to take bribes. And,
Now, we don't know that. Former 3rd District Judge William Kendall has come to court. He spoke respectfully to Judge Jennifer Valencia. This is the judge who is facing his hearings on sexual abuse charges here in Utah and Farmington. He spoke respectfully to the judge, referring to her with Your Honor, confirming that he waived his right to have the charges against him read, and a preliminary hearing. His case is scheduled for arraignment on June 23rd, where he will have the opportunity to plead either guilty or not guilty in front of his case's assigned judge, Robert Russell. Kendall's attorney, Greg Skordas, said he's working on a resolution to the case with prosecutors. The 54-year-old from Salt Lake County is charged with forcible sexual abuse, distribution or arranging to distribute a drug, and marijuana possession. He resigned as judge on April 17th after the charges had been filed against him. Kendall, apparently the allegations are is that he was partying with some people, and he went too far and shouldn't have touched people the way he did.
To go back to Trent Staggs for a minute, Carrie, if you need something you can sink your teeth into, remember he's the guy that had the business that was selling the fake Viagra and the fake Regenerect, remember?
Well, you see, there's too much red tape. You're demanding that my product actually work, you see. So with the red tape, I'm going to cut through that.
Regenerect.
Regenerect. Erect.
Yeah. Fake Viagra.
Regen
Mhm.
Erect. But that's subtle, isn't it? It's so subtle. Patrice Miller lived by herself in a small yellow house beneath towering mountain peaks on the edge of a burbling river in this Sierra County village. And she doted on her cats, lived by herself there. She had orchards, was known to her neighbors for her delicious homemade bread. One fall afternoon, after Miller had failed for several days to make her customary appearance at the town market, store clerk says, well, we better check on her. And they found Miller's body in her kitchen. Her right leg and arm had been partially gnawed off, and all around her were the large paw prints of a bear. She was killed and partially eaten by a bear in her home. This article goes on to say they're blaming this on how California handles the bears in California. They leave them alone too much, they say, and they're getting more bold, and they're getting a lot bolder, and that's why this happened. And there was a bear that was hit by a car up at Bear Lake here in Utah. Hit and killed. Bear Lake State Park officials are asking drivers to slow down, pay attention, after a black bear was recently struck and killed by a vehicle at Bear Lake, found dead alongside a dirt road at Cisco Beach, which is a popular area at Bear Lake. Let's see what else we have here. The Consumer Product Safety Commission has warned consumers to avoid certain water faucets sold on Amazon.com because they have lead in them, which may leach into the drinking water.
Well, that's just...
They name 4 brands, Cenol, KZH, Rainsworth, and Vesla Home. The agency said the faucets were sold on Amazon without safety certifications and may have lacked obvious branding. All were made in China. The CPSC says that the manufacturers have not agreed to conduct a recall. So if you bought something on Amazon, it's a faucet for your sink, or but you better check it and see. If you know it's from China, I would replace it with a good American product, okay? Standard plumbing, something like that. 2 more aides have left John Fetterman's office in recent weeks, the latest in a stream of staff exits amid the Pennsylvania senator's shifting political persona and questions about his health. Fetterman aides Madeline Marr and Caroline Schaefer parted ways with his team, according to 2 people familiar with it. They left shortly before New York Magazine reported that current and former Fetterman staff are increasingly concerned about the Democratic senator's mental and physical health.
So is it the governor that would have to initiate, we think it's time for you to step down?
I don't think there's not much No, there's not much that you can do. I mean, a senator is a senator, and he stays there.
There must be some way.
The Senate would have to do it, but they're not going to do it. They don't want to. They'll rally around one of their own as much as they can. It's pretty
because what happens? Like say he just decided on his own to step down. It would be the governor of the state, I think, that
selects a
replacement,
yeah.
Or the party in the Democratic Party in the state.
The governor has no control over getting rid of a senator. It has to be the Senate itself, and they just almost assuredly would not do it.
Weather, traffic.
Well, let's see. We've got a high of 63 today. It's 48 right now. There is still a chance of showers and thunderstorms, 50% actually. Overnight lows tonight, 46. Tomorrow looks like the nice day out of the next several. Partly cloudy, high of 67. Then another storm system comes through here on Saturday. Could see showers and thunderstorms again Saturday, and that's continuing all the way into the first part of next week, it looks like. Traffic, still dealing with that accident, bottom of 1600 North exit ramp in Orem from southbound I-15. Expect delays through that area. But not having anything else reported right now. I don't know if anybody picked up that couch that was available. If you could give us a couch update or more furniture on the road, we appreciate it when you do that. 33986. See movies on the big screen at Broadway Center Cinemas before sunrise on the 1997 classic Titanic, playing this weekend. Get tickets and showtimes at slfstix.org.
Here's boner candidate number 3. This decision should have been left to us. A pregnant woman has been kept on life support for over 3 months in order to deliver her child due to the abortion laws in her home state of Georgia.
Ugh.
Georgia's Living Infants Fairness and Equality Life Act, also known as the Heartbeat Bill, was passed by state lawmakers mostly on party lines in 2019, signed by Governor Brian Kemp, in most instances banning abortions after 6 weeks. It officially went into effect July 2022 when the U.S. Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade, which led to similar laws in other states nationwide. Adriana Smith, 30 years old, a mother and registered nurse from Atlanta, was almost 9 weeks pregnant in early February when it was discovered that she had blood clots in her brain. Around that time, Smith reportedly began experiencing intense headaches, and after attempting to seek treatment at a local hospital, she was soon released and provided medication. According to her mother, April Newkirk, Ms. Smith sought treatment at Northside Hospital but was released and given some medication. They didn't do any tests. They didn't do a CT scan, April Newkirk said. If they'd done that or kept her overnight, they might have caught it. Smith gasped for air in her sleep and fell into a coma. Got her to the hospital, and they kept her on life support because she's pregnant. Doctors are waiting until the fetus is at 32 weeks gestation, which is a few months from now. Smith is currently 21 weeks pregnant. Doctors have reportedly told her family that under Georgia's heartbeat law, they are legally required to maintain life support until the fetus reaches viability.
This is cruel.
Newkirk, the mother, told a local TV station that the decision has caused trauma for the family. The doctors have said that the baby, a boy, has an unknown amount of fluid on the brain. The baby would likely be born blind, deaf, may not walk, or may not even survive once he is born. This decision should have been left to us, her family. Now we're left wondering what kind of life this little baby will have, if he has one at all, and we're going to be the ones raising him.
Everything about this is evil. They should make that state legislature have to come to the hospital and sit in the hospital room with this family 4 months while they're waiting. They should have to do that every day. This is what you created. It's evil.
Boner candidate number 1, the decision, or 3, excuse me, should have been left to us.
All right. Let's review the first two and vote.
Boner candidate number 1, MAGA meltdown. We speak English here. The GOP caucus, they were trying to reach out to the Hispanic and Spanish-speaking voters and say, the Republican policies are good for everybody, and so they put it out in English and Spanish. Well, that just caused MAGA extremists to go crazy.
Yep.
Boner candidate number 2, wasn't that fun? It's a woman on high-speed chase from Idaho down into Utah. When they finally got her out of the car, she said to the cops, wasn't that fun? And Boner candidate number 3, this decision should have been left to us.
All right. Time to vote for Boner of the Day. 1, 2, or 3. Which one do you think is the worst? 1, 2, or 3. Remember your candidate number. The one that you think should win. Put that single digit in the message of a text and then text that to 33986. Or you can call Katie in the producer's booth. She'll take your live voice vote, 877-602-9696. Or go online, x96.com. Look for the box that says Boner of the Day, May 15, 2025. Click and vote. If you don't see that box, refresh your browser. It'll appear. Click and vote. You've got 4 minutes to get your vote in. As soon as we award the Boner, the X poll begins. Phone lines will be open. You need to call and tell us what makes you dislike someone instantly. What makes you dislike someone instantly? Get ready to play. Coming up. Stand by.
Yeah, you listen to Radio from Hell in your...
Bump on a list quickly.
We're kind of running out of time.
Yeah, we are a little late, aren't we?
Let's see. Well, because I don't have time to tell you 55 things women over 40 shouldn't have in their home. That's 55
55 things?
So how about I do People who lack self-awareness frequently say these 14 things. It's fewer things.
Okay. People who lack awareness.
Lack self-awareness.
Okay.
I'm just being brutally honest.
No, you're being a dick.
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly. No, you're.
Yeah. You don't.
Carrie said.
Yeah.
Let's see. The next one is now a couple of these as I'm reading through. These are things that I say.
Okay.
And I say this one. I really hate drama. And I do. And
I do.
And you know this about me.
Yes.
And I know this about you. I truly hate drama. Now, this says the classic drama averse, yet somehow drama surrounded person. It's a bit like someone who says they hate soap operas but know every plot twist.
No.
If you find yourself always in the eye of the drama storm, maybe it's time to ask, am I the common denominator here?
No, because I have removed all the dramatic people from my life.
Yeah.
And some of these people are blood relatives.
I guess there are people that say that, but they really are involved in it.
Yeah.
I also say this. I don't care what people think of me. I care what a few people think of me. I care what you think of me.
Yeah,
I care what my husband thinks of me.
Yeah, there are some people I do care. The majority I don't.
But generally,
Yeah.
You can like me or not. I don't care. I'm not like other people. This line is all about celebrating uniqueness, which is awesome, but it can also accidentally tip over into I'm the main character in this story.
Exactly.
You really
Yes.
should pay attention to me. Let's see. I'm not judgmental, but yes, you are. And I won't say that because I absolutely admit that I'm judgmental.
I am too.
I 1,000%. I just tell it like it is.
No, you're being a dick.
Yeah,
again.
that's kind of like saying you're brutally honest.
Yeah.
People just don't understand me. You're not that complicated.
You're really not.
An enigma wrapped in
Yeah.
a riddle and no one gets
You're just a dick.
No. I'm too old / too young for this. Don't say that.
Yeah,
I'm a people pleaser. I kind of used to be, I think, a people pleaser.
I'm always suspicious of people who say I'm a people pleaser.
Yeah. Have your own opinions on things. And,
Yeah, okay.
And finally, this is apropos of this show. Oh, I don't care about politics.
That's what this texter was trying to tell me.
I don't care. You should.
You should.
It's your life and the people you care about's
Yes.
life and the community you live in.
They're passing laws that affect you.
Yeah.
You should care. And you should be outraged when they... Oh, okay. Never mind. Thank you.
Just a quick list.
Quick
Tiny
list. I liked that. Thank you very much.
We hope you'd enjoyed another list with Radio from Hell on X96.
So with the X poll, I'm not going to go something as heavy as I dislike people who, take people's bodily autonomy away from them. The X poll, we're looking for things that make you instantly dislike someone, looking for something a little more banal.
Yeah, I mean, you could, and every one of these could be, and someone who wears a MAGA hat. I mean, but
yeah, let's leave out MAGA hat.
We all agree.
Yeah, we all agree.
877-602-9696. You encounter somebody for the first time. What is something that instantly makes you dislike them?
You go, God.
I mean, this is a minor one, but wearing too much cologne or perfume.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You smell them before you... They could be really nice people, but I just...
How would you know?
I can't spend enough time with them to get to know them very well.
And I think we've all done this on occasion. I probably have, and people have disliked me for it. But I dislike it when people try to top you in a conversation. You say, I did this such and such thing, and they say, well, let me tell you.
You think that's bad?
Listen, that's
wait till
nothing.
You hear what happened to me.
That is nothing compared to. Now, there are ways to have that kind of a conversation without coming across as a jerk, but a lot of times people don't know how to do that, and they. So here's one on line one. Who's this?
Let's go to Justin. Hi, Justin.
Hi, Justin. How are you?
I'm great. How are you guys?
Not bad. Where are you calling from, by the way? Just curiosity.
West Jordan, just heading into work.
Okay. So what is it that will make you dislike someone immediately?
Their voice is very, whiny. You can hear the neediness in their voice.
Yeah. I think we all kind of know what that is. Yeah. Justin. I'm not feeling well. Can I not come to work today?
Exactly.
Yeah, I get you. Thanks, Justin.
Thanks, Justin. All right, Justin. 877-602-9696. Let's see, our chat room has several. UFC shirt.
Okay.
A Lions Not Sheep shirt.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, those are similar to the MAGA ones.
Yeah, that's... if they drive a Cybertruck.
I mean, that's similar, but you do pass judgment on that when you see it.
Sure.
I do, yeah.
Yeah.
Here's one. People who have no sense of humor. People who take everything so seriously are no fun and suck the party out of life.
What do you mean by that?
Oh, come on. Some people have a hard time.
What do you mean, huh?
Bad breath.
Yeah.
Immediately you don't like them.
I just try not to get close enough to people to
smell what their breath.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be able to smell their breath
Exactly.
one way or another.
Yeah.
Let's see. Animal abuse.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I was going to say, if I see your dog in your car and you're in the store, I don't care if you just ran in for a second or he likes it in there or I left the air on or anything. Mm-hmm. Don't leave your dog in the car.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Bad grammar.
Yeah, it doesn't make me...
That's why we changed it from hate to dislike. This isn't about hate. It's just I don't.
I do because it makes me judgmental.
Yeah. That's another good way to put it.
It could be a perfectly fine person, but if the grammar is horrible, I get all judgy about
This is a funny text. White sunglasses.
Oh.
Something against people who wear white sunglasses.
I don't have.
Yeah. Let's go to the phone.
Well, we're running out of time, so we'll get to your phone calls coming up after this.
Please hang on.
Line up 877-602-9696.
White sunglasses.
No, I wouldn't go.
It's a choice.
Okay. Hey, if it works with the outfit, I say wear it. Anyway. The X poll continues. What makes you immediately dislike someone?
Crash southbound I-15 at Beck Street, milepost 312, US 89. It's off to the right shoulder. That earlier accident, southbound I-15, 1600 north in Orem. It's been about an hour since they reported that. That might be all cleaned up by now. And those are the only two things that are being reported. If you see something, you can say something and text it to us, 33986. X96 welcomes Youngblood August 26th to the Union Event Center. Tickets go on sale tomorrow. Get more information at x96.com.
All right. Okay, 877-602-9696. Line up and contribute to the X poll. What makes you immediately dislike somebody? Let's... we're getting some good ones coming in here. Stand by for that. We'll continue.
But so I want to know how you're feeling, Gina. Are you okay? Because you drank some caffeine.
Well, so we had the donut critic on today who brought in these new caffeinated protein drinks.
Well, they're chocolate milk.
Which are, and they're super tasty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe that was part of the problem.
Well, now what he said is that the regular ones are a caffeine equivalent to a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
And then there's this one that is 2 cups.
I didn't have that one.
You didn't have this one.
I had the 1 cup, but my heart's going blah, 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 blah.
From that one can.
Well, but see, I already had a coffee this morning.
I was going to say, because you stop for coffee every morning.
And a Diet Coke. This is almost gone.
And
so
she has a Diet Coke.
I had these previously.
Gina,
I think that was not a good move.
Gina, I had a Coke Zero this morning.
Uh-huh.
Then I've been working on my coffee, my Mill Creek coffee here, and then I drank one of these as well. These things that he brought in that are caffeinated, and you know what? I could take a nap right now. I mean, I'm fine.
I'm tired all the time.
That's right. That's exactly what it is. I'm just tired all the time.
Tired.
You poor thing.
I mean, I'm kind of feeling it. I can feel it right about here.
But you've had, how much coffee have you had this morning?
Well, this morning when I get up, I had, I'm not quite sure how to describe it. The stuff I put in my water that's supposed to wake me up and invigorate me.
But that's caffeine, isn't it?
I don't know if it has caffeine in it or not. It's got some sort of vitamins of some kind in it. And then I have my Mill Creek coffee, Guatemalan today. And then I had this just now, strawberry milk with caffeine. And like I said, I wasn't feeling it until a few moments ago, and now my eye started to twitch.
You got a twitch?
Oh, I forgot to mention, on top of all of this stuff that I've had, I take a Pro Vigil every morning.
Oh yeah,
which is which is like airline pilots wake up pills.
Special trucker aspirin.
And you're still fine.
Yeah,
you're still.
I could drink a pot of coffee and go to bed at night.
Tired all the time.
Because I'm tired all of the time.
And my pants are heavy.
I'm just a poor little heavy-panted, tired boy. Yeah, I'm sorry that it affected you that way because these are delicious.
They are tasty.
I know what it was. You see, I drank the vanilla flavor, and you drank the chocolate flavor.
I had strawberry.
And you had strawberry. I think the vanilla flavor, even though they all have the same amount of caffeine in them, I believe, the vanilla flavor would still just be not as effective because it's vanilla.
No naps for me.
Do you take a nap?
Yes.
Of course she does.
I almost never take a nap. I have to be exhausted before I'll take a nap.
You stop by Beto's on the way home. You eat under the overpass.
I have my systems.
And then you go home and nap.
Are you regular?
Yes.
Oh,
in fact,
good.
I gotta go. Right,
Do you ever
I
fall?
got another thing.
Do you ever fall asleep in the car?
Yes.
All right.
While you're driving? Goodbye.
Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.
How long was that?
986.
Like Dorothy in Cottonwood texted that she instantly dislikes people that chew with their mouth open. Instantly.
Chew with the mouth open.
Okay.
All right.
877-602-9696. What is it that makes you instantly dislike someone?
Right.
We have a couple of people on the line.
Got a couple here. Let's go to Rad, first of all.
Hi, Rad. How are you today?
You know, long-time listener, and I was just thinking the thing that annoys me the most when somebody throws, like, their significant other or their wife under the bus as an excuse to get out of a situation or a purchase. It's like, oh, you know, I should probably just go talk to my wife. I'm like, well, you guys know you need an air conditioner at your house. You're here talking to me, negotiating it. Now you're going to walk away from the negotiation because your wife needs to talk. It's like, make the deal, man.
Well, yeah, sometimes it's okay. Like, if your significant other tells you, listen, I'm going to use you as an excuse.
If you have an agreement.
So
ahead of
I'm going to do it. But
that's different.
Yeah, that's different.
But if someone you just meet is like, oh, I need to talk to my wife, or my wife won't let me, man up and just make decisions.
Okay.
All right, Rad, we got you.
Thank you.
I think Rad is single. Let's go to Mike. I think it's Mike.
Is it Mike or Mick?
Mick?
Mick.
Oh, okay.
Hi. So what?
Hey, good morning, Lords.
Hey,
morning.
What is it?
So when someone's trying too hard to try to get to know me, like instead of just letting it happen normally.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. I experienced that recently. Well, they just back
asking
off.
all sorts of questions that don't seem to be relevant to the situation.
Yeah, you just want to say back off a little bit, okay? Back off. Back off. Yeah.
All right.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks, Mike.
Thank you.
Let's go to Mike. Hello, Mike.
Yeah, Mike.
Hello.
Hi.
Yeah, mine is. I mean, you go to the grocery store and you go to put your groceries in the car, and the person next to you just leaves their cart sitting right there. The people who can't put their cart in the cart corral, it's like, come on.
Yeah.
Don't be lazy. It's 10 feet away.
Yeah, I agree 100%.
I don't know you, but I hate you.
I don't know you, but I hate you.
And here's a little trick about all of that. What I'll do if I see somebody heading toward the door of the store, I'll say, "Hey, do you need a cart?" And I'll give it. And a lot of times they go, "Oh yeah, thanks," and they'll just take it back into the store. That's a good way to sort of. But leaving it just hanging.
That's a cheat code right there.
That's a cheat code. There you go.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mike.
See ya.
Let's go to Amy. Hello, Amy.
Good morning.
Hi. What is it that just makes
Hi,
you
thanks.
dislike somebody?
So I've worked in homeless services for years. As soon as somebody says, why don't they just get a job?
Yeah.
Or they want to be homeless,
Yeah.
that's a pretty big turnoff for me.
Yeah. That, and it's somebody that you're kind of associated with, and they say that it's just really disappointing, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is, yeah. And there's no such thing as bootstraps, you know?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Why don't they pull themselves up by their own bootstraps? Because most people, they don't even have
Sometimes
shoes.
they don't have legs.
Yeah.
Yeah. And sometimes they don't have legs,
Yeah.
so
All right.
it doesn't really work.
Yeah.
All right, thanks.
Thanks, Amy.
Thank you, Amy. Let's see. Here's a text one. Am I wrong for this? I had a coworker who spilled the beans that he had court-ordered supervision to visit his kids. That's all I needed to know.
Nope, you are not wrong.
Yeah.
You are not
Well,
wrong.
now don't be quite so judgmental. It could be a domestic dispute that was not. Those things are not always fairly adjudicated. That's what I'm saying.
I can dovetail this one too. Guys who say, "Hey, I pay my child support."
Yeah. Oh, that's a better one.
That's a better
actually.
one because that's the bare minimum.
Yeah.
All right. Yes, you're doing what you're supposed to do. Let's see. When people identify themselves as an empath, they're always
They mean well.
they're always just pretentious idiots who think they're the most special person in the room.
They mean well.
877-602-9696 if you have one for us on the phone.
Being rude to waitstaff.
Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Vocal fry.
That drives me crazy too. And sometimes you'll hear people like experts interviewed on the radio who are doing it.
Let's see. Bill took my thunder. A person who constantly feels like they need to one-up everybody. When someone is wearing iPods, they just seem like a jerk.
Depends on the situation, I would say.
You know, it could be that they just don't want to talk to you. My wife wears her pods in her ears when she goes to the gym because she doesn't want to be talked to.
Yeah.
Let's see. When people are bullies.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's see.
For some reason, and here's another one that bugs me, and it happened at Costco the other day, particularly at a place like Costco where the parking lot is really busy. Someone who has a gigantic truck and feels the need to back into a parking lot.
We're all waiting.
Those gigantic trucks immediately. I mean, if you're working on a farm, great. I understand it. But if you're just going to the grocery store,
well, if maybe you are working on a farm and going to Costco to get all your supplies.
Well, okay, Costco, yeah.
But just
you can park the big truck far away out of everybody's way.
Yeah. All right, let's see. A kid I work with from Payson said someone left their dumper seat in one of the trucks. What he was trying to say was dump receipt. Okay, all right. Let's see. Someone who demands that you stop speaking so they can speak, but when it's your turn, they won't let you get a word in.
Oh, let's see. Line 1. Jennifer has a I hope it wasn't the one I just said. Jennifer, are you there?
Hey.
Yeah. What about it?
So I'm on the freeway. One of my biggest pet peeves or makes me hate people is when I'm driving a decent speed and a big black truck with a guy in it with big wheels is on my ass.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I kind of purposefully drive a little slower when that happens.
You slow down when
just a little bit.
Yeah.
Just a little bit. Yeah.
All right. Thanks, Jennifer.
All right.
Hey.
Be careful, Jennifer. Now I'm worried about.
Yeah, Jason is here.
Hi, Jason.
Hello.
Hello.
Good to hear you guys.
Thank you.
So when people come into a place of business and they are on the phone or have their AirPods in and won't tell you what they want.
Yeah.
They just expect you to know.
Yeah.
And it's off-putting to them when you're like, well, what do you need?
When
I'm ready for you.
Yeah, when you're at the checkout and they're on the phone and won't hang up the phone
Yeah.
deal with the person that is operating the register, that I immediately
100%.
dislike that person.
You could already be on your way and back on the phone if you would just hang up for 2 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. All right, thank you.
You know, I kind of could sum all of this up and say, I kind of dislike everybody.
Let's see.
I like SIDS. I like anyone who doesn't acknowledge how cute my dog is. I instantly dislike that must be the first thing you say to me.
Yeah.
Let's see. Anything BYU apparel or on their car outside of the state of Utah.
Oh.
Let's see. When going on a date with a man and they use pet names immediately. Don't call me babe.
You have to earn a babe.
Yeah.
The babe comes later.
Babe is earned.
Yeah, that's personal.
People who are rude to wait staff is coming up a lot.
American flag made out of guns.
If a woman tells me I just get along better with men, women can be too much drama. Okay, traitor.
Oh, jeez. Wow.
People that fish for sympathy or compliments.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, here's one. And I agree with this one. Wraparound sunglasses.
Yeah, they're kind of...
How about people that wear them on the back of their neck?
No,
that too.
Wraparound sunglasses, if you are wearing them for a purpose, biking, they're very...
Yeah,
good.
if you're...
But if you're just out around wearing...
if you're yeah. Let's see.
We got a second on the white frame sunglasses.
More on the white frame. People are down on the white frame
guess.
sunglasses.
I'm not sure what's wrong with those.
Like I said, if it makes the outfit work, you're fine. Let's see. People that drive with no regard for anyone else on the road.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I always say it speaks to the kind of person they are, not someone I'd want to get to know. Thank you, Renee. Well, all right. There we go. think we're out of time. Traffic.
Crash northbound 7th East under the I-80 freeway in Salt Lake. 2 center lanes blocked along with the right shoulder, backing up traffic to 27th South. And a couple of friends of the program texting in about that accident specifically. Thank you for adding that to the list of traffic reports. You do that via text at 33986. See movies on the big screen at Broadway Center Cinemas before sunrise on the 1997 classic Titanic playing this weekend. Get tickets and showtimes at slfstix.org.
Oh, here's one that also does it to me. Anybody who refers to themselves as an influencer. What do you do for a living? I'm an influencer.
I'm an influencer.
No, you're not.
You're not. Okay, it's Beat Gina time after these messages and a song. What is the prize today?
Tickets to see Youngblood August 26th at the Union Event Center. And these tickets don't even go on sale till tomorrow, so it's win it before you can buy it.
All right, you get those Youngblood tickets if you play Beat Gina. The topic today is Revenge of the Sith. It's the 20th anniversary.
Great.
Revenge of the Sith. So all the questions about that particular Star Wars movie. 877-602-9696 is the number to call to play Beat Gina after these messages and a song. RenaissanceRanch.com.
You know, Renaissance Ranch Addiction Recovery Center. I've been talking about it for a long time. I've met the people who run it, the people who started it. It's a local family-owned addiction treatment center. Renaissance Ranch has some of the highest success rates in the entire country for dealing with addiction to alcohol and drugs. And they have a family program, which includes education and support classes as well. So if you know someone, or if it's you who's suffering from addiction to drugs and alcohol, Renaissance Ranch is a place to go. It's a good place to go. They specialize in treating male patients specifically. They offer residential and outpatient services, and they're staffed by recovering addicts who understand what the addiction cycle is like. They have great empathy for the people who are there. So remember, help is out there. It's Renaissance Ranch. You can schedule a free consultation, and remember, go to RenaissanceRanch.com. They do accept most private insurance and Medicaid.
The X96
across the room came back. I'm out of breath.
I told you, Bill, remain seated, please.
Well, I had to go do something. I had to take care of some business, Gina.
Business.
You know.
Business?
Business.
Okay, I got you.
And I had only 2 minutes to do it.
Well, you made it.
Well, barely. But I'm here.
Remain seated, please. Permanecer sentados, por favor.
I'm sort of rethinking coming back to work today, though.
Well, but you got to get the muscles back. You got to, the more you breathe, it'll clear them out. You'll give us a couple of Kumamotos before the end of the show.
Yeah, probably.
A couple of blue points.
Yeah.
And we're going to have Dr. Cobble on, Bill, so we can just have a private, a public doctor appointment for you.
Public airing of my illness.
HIPAA! HIPAA! Sorry, it's just instinct.
Yeah, privacy. There's no privacy. There's no privacy. It's weird. It's weird to go to the urgent care on a Sunday morning.
And you were saying earlier about how nice the doctor was.
Oh my God, she was nice.
After the last few years, I would think all doctors have zero patients left, and it makes me.
You mean because they've all died?
No.
Oh, you mean patients as in.
As in the virtue.
Yes, I got you.
That must be so difficult. I mean, how many people has she seen in your condition, and she can still have compassion and
she really. What was great about her is that she also the assistant, the nurse's assistant or whatever she was, the first person that saw me, came to take the vitals and do all of that, and she said to me after a few minutes, she said, You're very pleasant and funny for somebody who's so sick.
You're not pleasant and funny when you feel fine.
Yeah, and she said, "I'm surprised that you can be sort of and chipper or whatever it is. And I
it's not
I
even.
said, well,
it wasn't even being chipper, was it? It was just being polite, right?
Yeah, I mean, I was being nice, but I can't. It's wherever I go, it's Bill Allred's guerrilla theater.
What does that mean?
I have the tendency to engage people in odd ways just to see how they react. It's just something I do. And I'm not mean ways, just, I'll make comments to them and almost inevitably they'll give me a look like, what? Oh, and because nobody really communicates with these people, like the receptionist who just took me in, took my information, and she said, "Would you want to pay for this credit card or cash?" And I said, "Does anybody pay in cash?
Does anybody have cash?"
Yeah, and so I mean, it's
Vinny the Nose. Vinny the Nose comes in here. We got a few gang members that
engaging
come
with
in.
people like that. That's what I mean.
Yeah,
and it sort of snaps her out of her routine of just and we have an interaction
because they're a person. They're not just a receptionist.
And she said, in answer to that question, yes, you would be surprised how many do.
I'm off the grid.
I think that urgent care has the tendency to see people, a fair amount of people who don't have credit cards.
Yeah, probably.
So there was that, and then the doctor, what I was going to say about her, not only was she just nice, but I really believed that she was very concerned for me. That and how do you do that? Seeing
that's my point.
Patient after patient.
How are they not just so jaded and like another RSV case, another COVID case?
Well, some are probably. Some are just like, yeah, okay, fine here. But she was just great. It was just over here at the IHC on
4 South. That one.
4 South and 9th East. Yeah, across from the 7-Eleven. That's. But I don't generally, and the people that I was going to say, the people who are at an Instacare, the patients who are at an Instacare on a Sunday morning, it's a sad-looking lot of people.
I would think. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's people who are. They got no place to go. They're sick and they don't know what to do. It'd be very hard to be a doctor, I think.
For lots of reasons,
yeah. And this doctor, this woman, and she was real young and, energetic. 5 years from now, she'll be beaten.
Oh, of course.
I'm sure.
Every business does that. I just don't understand people who feel like they have a license to be a dick, in a situation like that.
Yeah.
I don't care how sick you are. You don't have a license to be an a-hole.
Yeah.
Sorry. We're all here for the same reason. Let's get through this. You don't need to be.
And we've all been sick, and we know what that feels like, and you still are capable of being polite.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, save your dickishness for your family.
Exactly.
A little respect for the soon-to-be dead, please.
You can be a jerk. You don't be a jerk to the professionals, but when you get home, be a jerk.
Let it fly then.
Or at work. Well, speaking of cash and medical stuff, I had to go pick up a prescription the other day, and it was 79 cents.
Was your...
Yeah.
Really?
And I'm like, not only do I not carry cash, I can't remember the last time I counted out change to pay for something. But I'm like, I probably
Where
had
did you find change?
in the bottom of my purse.
I was going to say, I don't even have change anymore. I used to have in the car, there's the ashtray was filled with change. I don't even have change in that anymore.
And I was able to find 79 cents.
Wow.
It was fun. I'm like,
it was a
25, 50.
You want an experiment? Listen to this. This is just to end this talk of sickness until we get to Dr. Cobble, and then we'll talk about sickness again. But listen now. Just listen.
Okay.
Listen to me.
Oh, that sounds awful.
That is awful. Yeah.
All right.
And I wake myself up sometimes because I can hear myself
Yeah.
wheezing.
All right. I had the vinyl. And
Kilby Block Party starts today, and Devo on the Lake stage at 7:25.
Nice. They will be doing Peekaboo. I've seen footage.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I should have played that, but I don't have that vinyl. So, anyway. All right. Is this a sponsored feature?
X96 welcomes Youngblood August 26th to the Union Event Center. Tickets go on sale tomorrow. You can get more information at x96.com.
Oh, that's not the game show music.
No, it's not.
Terribly sorry, Johnny.
That's all right.
Let me get the game show music here. Just for you.
I'm BGNA announcer Johnny O. And before I gave up my dreams and became a professional radio announcer, I studied acting with Uta Hagen, the famous star of Streetcar Named Desire and many other Broadway hits. And Uta, from Wisconsin, always said, Blatz is Milwaukee's finest beer. It's true that if you are from Wisconsin, you are used to fine beers because Milwaukee is America's premium beer capital, where you always have your choice of the best. Yes, official figures show that Blatz is the largest selling beer in Milwaukee and in all of Wisconsin, too. And when Uda's not teaching acting classes, she loves to cook. Uda says, my refrigerator is always crowded with good things to eat, and it's always full of Blatz beer, too. And not only is Blatz the finest, it's Milwaukee's first bottled beer, too.
Wow.
Blatz, better tasting beer for the 99th year. And now, here he is, a man who's always said, we're here because there's beer, because we're here because there's beer. Your host, Kerry Jackson.
Thank you, Johnny Ola.
You're welcome.
Professional game show announcer. The randomizer has picked a contestant. Gina, you'll be playing against Max today. Max, are you there?
I am.
All right, Max, we're going to toss a coin to see who goes first. It will give you the advantage in the game if you call it correctly. Heads or tails?
Tails.
All right, let's see. It was tails. Before I dropped it, it was tails.
I believe you.
All right. All right.
Max, you're going to start.
Max?
Advantage Max.
Advantage Max. The first question is for you to answer on your own exclusively. If you get it correct, you get the point. If not, I'll allow Gina to answer that same question and steal your point away. Star Wars Revenge of the Sith was released on this day in 2005. So all of the questions are about that particular Star Wars movie. Here we go. First question, Max. After Order 66 is given, that's the order that makes all the clone troopers immediately turn against the rebellion and kill the Jedi.
Yeah.
Who is the first Jedi killed? These are all real Star Wars characters.
Okay.
Is it 1, I'm a gun die?
That is not a real Star
That
Wars.
is.
George Lucas is the worst.
Is it 2, slow and low?
No, these are not.
These are real.
Okay, all right.
Is it 3, Kit Fisto? Or is it 4, Kai Adimundi?
Can we go with Kit Fisto?
I wish it were.
Yeah, I know.
He had this creepy smile.
4.
Yes.
Okay.
Kai Adimundi, the Conehead Jedi.
Okay.
All right, there's a point for Gina.
All right.
And Gina controls the question.
Gina, Ian McDermott,
yes,
who played Emperor Palpatine, Senator Palpatine.
Something.
Yes, something evil, yes. Recorded his scenes in the opera box on Coruscant while suffering with a case of what? Is it 1, laryngitis? Is it 2, COVID? Is it 3, syphilis? Or 4, the Mondays?
Laryngitis.
Laryngitis is correct.
Well, this is looking bad, Max. It's 2-0, but it is your turn.
All right, Max. In this movie,
Come back to happen.
yes, in this movie, in all the Star Wars movies, somebody says, "I have a bad feeling about this." It's like the line you
The
look
through
for.
line. Yeah.
Who says it? Who says it in Revenge of the Sith? Is it 1, Obi-Wan Kenobi? Is it 2, Anakin Skywalker? Now, again, these are all real.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it 3, Droopy McCool? Or is it 4, Therm Scissor Punch?
It would be Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Correct.
All right, Max got a point there.
Therm Scissor Punch.
That's my
These
sign
are
off
the-
today, by the way.
George Lucas just didn't care anymore. He just wanted to make fun of fans.
I think he did.
Let's see if they'll buy this name.
Where are we?
It's Gina's turn.
Gina.
2-1, Gina's favor.
Yes.
All right, Gina. What is the name of the lava planet where Obi-Wan and Anakin have their incredible lightsaber duel at the end of the movie? What's the name of that planet? Is it 1, Geonosis? Is it 2, Mustafar? Is it 3, Tampa Bay? Or is it 4, Louisiana?
Geonosis.
Geonosis is incorrect.
What is that?
Max, you have a...
That's something. What is it?
Let Max answer, and then I will explain.
Max, you got a chance to...
I'll take Mustafar.
Mustafar is correct. Geonosis was the water planet
Oh, come on.
from the second movie.
It's 2-2. Max controls... Max said comebacks happen. Max controls the question. It's tied.
All right, Max. What was the call sign of the clone pilot that helped Obi-Wan and Anakin reach General Grievous's flagship in the opening battle? So what was the call sign of the clone pilot that helped? Was it 1, Dead Meat? Was it 2, The Mailman? Was it 3, Oddball? Or was it 4, Rex?
That would be Rex.
That is incorrect.
Oh, Max.
Ah.
Well, Gina for the win.
Rex is one, but not that one.
Dead meat? Door?
Sorry. Buzz.
No?
Oh, Johnny.
Yes, that's...
It's Oddball. Oddball. Is.
All right.
Rex is a clone, but he's not that one.
Okay.
Gina controls the question, though. Still tied.
All right.
Gina for the win again.
Gina for the win again. According to Senator Padme Amidala, how does liberty die? Is it 1, with a lacy and fabulous smothering pillow?
Yes.
Is it 2, Emperor Trump? Is it 3, liberty is something that dies unless it's used? Or 4, with thunderous applause?
3.
No, that's incorrect.
What?
Sorry. That's a Hunter Thompson quote.
Oh.
That's a Hunter Thompson quote.
Max, you can win the game here this time. Please do.
Would it be with thunderous applause?
That is correct.
You win the game, Max.
Woo!
Comebacks happen. There you go.
They do.
That do happen.
That's
Well done.
What did Max win?
Tickets to see Youngblood August 26th at the Union Event Center.
All right.
Nicely done.
Hang on the line, Max. We'll tell you how to get those tickets.
So I got to get home. Mrs. Ola and I are going to crack open a cold Blatz.
Okay, Geonosis was the rock planet where bugs lived. Okay, sorry, I got
Oh,
it confused with
okay.
the water
But
planet.
not the lava
But
planet.
not the lava
Okay.
planet, because that is Mustafar. All right. Big Boy News now brought to you by...
Dive into Shark Summer at Clark Planetarium. Experience the jaw-dropping IMAX film Shark Kingdom. Grab limited edition shark gear. Explore shark-themed fun for the whole family. It all starts Memorial Day weekend and runs all summer. Don't miss it. Adventure is circling.
Jillian Schreiner, wife of Weezer bass player Scott Schreiner, has pleaded not guilty to charges stemming from a shooting that left her wounded outside of their home in Los Angeles, California last month. As reported by the Los Angeles Times, Schreiner pleaded not guilty to felony charges yesterday for willful discharge of a firearm in a gross negligent manner and assault of a person with a semi-automatic firearm. It is said that prosecutors are also seeking a firearms sentencing enhancement. If convicted on all counts, she faces up to 19 years in state prison. Schreiner, an author who publishes under the pen name Jillian Lauren, was taken into custody on April 8th after sustaining a non-life-threatening gunshot wound from a police officer.
Such a weird story.
Yeah, my guess is that she's going to get a slap on the wrist and probation, and because she was wounded, not seriously, just grazed. She claims
shot at a cop.
Well,
though.
but she claims so there were intruders in the area.
Yeah.
That's why the cops were there. She'd heard about that. She thought that it was an intruder, and that's why she had the gun. So there's some justification for it. But she was also drunk, apparently.
Yeah,
and she refused to put down the gun.
They were announcing where the police put the gun down.
And she wouldn't put it down.
There's video of it.
She went back into the house.
Yeah.
And so at any rate, I'm just betting she'll get something real light. Senator Mike Lee has reintroduced a bill that would broadly redefine what content can be classified as obscenity.
It's basically anything he thinks it is.
Just send it all to him, and he will decide.
In an attempt to criminalize pornography, a move that's drawn comparisons to the right-wing initiative Project 2025.
Well, it's in there, yeah.
Obscenity is not protected by the First Amendment, but hazy and unenforceable legal definitions have allowed extreme pornography to saturate American society and reach countless children, Lee said in a May 8th release in the Interstate Obscenity Definition Act. Lee's bill has striking parallels to Project 2025, an initiative from the conservative Heritage Foundation that laid out policy blueprints for President Trump's second term. Despite Trump's attempts to say, I have no idea what that is, he's placed key architects of the project into influential positions in the federal government. In the 920-page playbook, the Heritage Foundation claimed pornography, quote, has no claim to First Amendment protection and should be outlawed. The people who produce and distribute it should be imprisoned. Educators and public librarians who purvey it should be classified as registered sex offenders, and telecommunications and technology firms that facilitate its spread should be shuttered.
This is their way of chipping away at the First Amendment as well.
Lee's bill would broaden the legal definition of obscenity, which is not protected by the First Amendment, to any material that appeals to the prurient interest in nudity or sex, depicts, describes, or represents sexual acts, and taken as a whole, lacks serious literary, artistic, political, or scientific value. Pretty broad.
Yes.
Pretty broad.
Under his eye.
Let's see. The Utah Department of Health and Human Services having a public hearing in Salt Lake on a proposal to impose work requirements on Medicaid recipients. After rushing in during the last minutes of Wednesday's and you know, this has come up in the past before, and it's having Utah used to try and impose work requirements for Medicaid, and it was impractical, and it was the courts finally said you can't do this. After rushing in during the last minutes of Wednesday evening hearing for the public to weigh in on whether Utah should move forward with a rule that would push thousands off of Medicaid, Angie Garcia leaned over and whispered to her daughter, "Show your fingers." The 5-year-old Aramina looked up from the game she was playing on her mom's phone and wiggled her right hand in the air. Angie, Aramina, and the child's father have a genetic condition called Apert syndrome, which causes bones in their skull, feet, and hands to fuse. Now she's able to do that, thankfully, because of Medicaid, Garcia said of Aramina, that is, wiggle her fingers, and that will help her write and work. Since Trump took office, Utah has begun the process of asking the federal government for a waiver to implement work and reporting requirements for some Medicaid recipients.
Medicaid isn't the reason that we're in debt. It's giving money to rich people is the reason we're in debt.
Or giving people breaks on taxes.
Yeah, tax breaks.
Speaking of rich people, Charitable Foundation has distributed more than $500,000 to numerous nonprofit organizations serving Salt Lake City's west side, an initiative aimed at countering some of the disparities impacting the area. There are just tremendous needs, said Julia Ramos, managing director of the Larry H. and Gail Miller Family Foundation, which distributed the funds as part of its West Side Community Grants Initiative. The foundation, which is the charitable arm of the Larry H. Miller Company, involved in efforts to lure a Major League Baseball team to the west side, announced the efforts focused on the area last October. This week, the organization said the program had so far resulted in granting more than $500,000 to more than 38 groups helping west side neighborhoods like Rose Park, Poplar Grove, and Glendale. Elon Musk, speaking of where the money's going, his company, which is called the Boring Company, because they bore holes into the ground, they tunnel. They're in talks with the Federal Railroad Administration, the nation's railroad agency, the Boring Company, to see if they could help with a multi-billion-dollar Amtrak project, according to 3 people familiar with the discussions. Federal Railroad Administration officials have talked with employees at the Boring Company about assessing the costs and the progress of the Frederick Douglass Tunnel Program, a new tunnel along a busy Amtrak stretch connecting Baltimore to Washington. Amtrak initially expected the development to cost $6 billion. Now it says it'll be $8.5 billion, and I'm sure the Boring Company would like a piece of that pie.
Exactly. Again, it's not Medicare or Medicaid that's making us poor. It's stuff like that.
Frederick Douglass, he's doing an amazing job. Great things he's doing.
A hotline between military and civilian air traffic controllers in Washington, D.C. has not worked for more than 3 years.
Whoa.
And that may have contributed to another near miss shortly after the U.S. Army resumed flying helicopters in the area for the first time since January's deadly mid-air collision. Frank McIntosh, the FAA administration official in charge of air traffic controllers, confirmed that the agency didn't even know the hotline hadn't been working since March of 2022 until after the latest near miss. He said civilian controllers still have other means of communicating with their military counterparts through landlines, but still, the FAA insists the hotline be fixed before helicopter flights resume around Ronald Reagan Washington National Airport. Fox News host Mark Levin is not pleased with Donald Trump's current diplomatic tour of Saudi Arabia and Qatar, which, given his history of reflexive pro-Trump rhetoric, is notable. Trump spoke to the Saudi royal family and every other very important global business leaders during a remarkably convivial economic investment confab on Tuesday that ended on the same note as most of his political rallies, with the village people blaring the gay disco anthem YMCA. Trump then later flew to Doha, Qatar for more meetings, but without mentioning Trump by name, Levin was remarkably critical. Taking to social media to blast Saudi Arabia for playing a significant role in the 9/11 slaughter of our people. He also condemned Qatar for having protected the leader of the 9/11 attack from the FBI before he was able to launch his war on America that killed our people. So Mark Levin is not, and if he's not happy with Trump, it
matters.
Well, you know that Levin has Trump's number. Why doesn't he just call him?
A rock climber who fell hundreds of feet descending a steep gully in Washington's North Cascade Mountains survived the fall that killed 3 of his companions. He hiked to, now here's what's weird about this story, really weird. Not that he survived, the fall killed 3 other people, but he survived. He managed to hike to his car in the dark and then drove to a payphone to call for help.
Where'd he find
a payphone?
What?
How did he even know what to do once he got there?
He had change.
He had a quarter in his pocket. I don't get it. What? That to me is the strangest part of the story.
Yes.
Anyway, that's it.
Sports, weather, traffic.
As hiking, trail running, and rock climbing season approaches for eagerly awaiting Utahns, the state's Division of Wildlife Resources has shared some suggestions on how to stay safe, especially from confrontations with cougars. I got tips for you. I got cougar tips for you.
All right.
What to do if you run into a cougar. You never run from a cougar. It could trigger the cougar's instincts to chase.
Okay.
They're big cats.
Now, I thought you were talking about BYU.
No. Maintain eye contact.
Actually, the same goes for BYU fans.
It's true. Pick up children and pets and keep them very close.
Mm-hmm.
Stand up tall. Don't crouch or squat.
Mm-hmm.
Make yourself look bigger by raising and waving your arms or put your jacket over your head.
But I'm holding my dog.
I would never crouch or squat in front of a BYU fan.
Talk firmly in a loud voice. Hey, cougar, you better not
Get
come
out
over
of here,
here.
cougar.
Fight back if you are attacked. Protect your head and neck.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're aggressive enough, the cougar will probably flee.
Okay.
All right.
That's sports.
Good news.
Weather. Let's see, 50 right now with a 50% chance of showers. 63 for a high today. Overnight low 46. Tomorrow looks like the nicest out of the next several. Partly cloudy, high of 67. And then another storm system comes through Saturday with 50% chance of showers and even some thunderstorms possible. That goes all the way through the first part of next week. Traffic, crash on 7th East is southbound under the I-80 freeway in Salt Lake. Center lanes remain blocked, backing traffic to 21st South and into the main flow from eastbound I-80 from the exit ramp. That's the major issue I'm seeing on UDOT, and you haven't sent us in anything differently on the text line, but you can if you see something. 33986. Tired of paying too much for concerts? Experience great live music and enjoy adult beverages without paying stupid prices At Salt Lake's coolest venues, experience Loom and the Loom After Party 2 this Thursday, May 15th at the Stateroom. Get tickets at thestateroompresents.com.
All right, so we will take a break. We'll be back. Gerke is going to be on the phone with us, so stand by for that. Stockton 12 Honda.
Your neighborhood Honda dealer for 25 years in the Southtown Auto Mall in Sandy, Stockton 12 Honda. They really are offering top dollar for your trade-in right now, and you should take advantage of that. Trade-in values are at an all-time high. The expert appraisers at Stockton 12 Honda ready to offer you the maximum value for your current vehicle. Now, I've bought cars at Stockton 12 Honda. As a matter of fact, both the cars in my garage right now were from Stockton 12 Honda, your neighborhood Honda dealer. It's a great place to buy a car. If you want to buy a Honda, well, you just can't go wrong with a Honda. But if you want to find another kind of a car at Stockton 12 Honda, you can. They have a huge selection of certified pre-owned or used Hondas or other vehicles, other brands. Find the perfect vehicle for you at Stockton 12. You can stop into the dealership or you can shop online. Stockton, the number 12 Honda. They're in the Southtown Auto Mall in San
A public bathroom story.
Okay.
And Bill will like this because I tend to attract weirdos in public bathrooms. There was the incident years ago at a truck stop in Panguitch. We won't get into that one. I'll tell you that after. But so I'm going to the Duran Duran show. This is Saturday night, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm at the Delta Center. There's like 20,000 people. It's sold out. Great show, by the way. Okay. But before Duran Duran goes on, I have to use the men's room. So I go and take care of my business. I'm at the sink washing my hands. Okay, and I see in the mirror a dude kind of looking at me, and I'm like, oh, he probably knows that I'm Todd Newcomb because, kind of obvious. But I don't think he did. He's like, whoa, you got blue hair, man. It's like a blue Skittle. Yeah, blue Skittle. Yeah, blue Skittle hair. And he's obviously had a couple of beverages, And I'm just kind of like, yeah, okay, hey, great. And that was it. And I tell my wife that just happened, and then we go and we watch Duran Duran. So the next night, you're not going to believe this, the next night it's The Cure. Okay. So we go to the Delta Center again. Yeah. And we're seated on a completely mirror opposite side of the arena. Okay. Totally different seats. And before The Cure goes on, and go do my thing in the men's room, and I go in there and I'm at the sink again, and I'm not even kidding you, the same dude, I look in the mirror and it's the same guy. Whoa, blue Skittle hair, you're here again. Woo! And at that point, I high-fived him. We did a one-arm embrace, and I'm like, dude, we got to hang out. So 2 nights in a row.
So you made a date with a guy in a bathroom is what I'm getting from that.
Apparently I did because of my blue hair. And I'm blue Skittle hair, at least in his book. But that's just the weirdest thing that 2 nights in a row.
It is odd.
Different crowd of people. I mean, a lot of people were there for both shows, but God, that was just bizarre.
I'm surprised he didn't know who you are.
I almost thought of saying,
don't you know who I am?
I was going to say, the Bill already. But
he would have said,
and then I would have said,
he would have said, well, you're Bill Allred.
Yes, and I would have totally owned that. And there you go. So that was weird. I also saw, everyone, The Cure, there were more people that I recognized and that I knew and that knew me at The Cure show.
Van Duran Duran.
I bumped into our buddy Dallin Weeks from I Don't Know How, But They Found Me.
Oh, Dallin was there.
Yeah, he was there with his teenage daughter. Really? She was seeing The Cure for the first time, and I thought that was cute.
My offspring went as well and bought a Cure tour T-shirt.
Yes.
And has been wearing it around town, and practically everywhere they go with my wife, they say, hey, you went to The Cure? How was it? Everybody loves The Cure.
And it was a young, you had, for The Cure, there were more young people there than Duran Duran by far. We were seated next to a couple of teenage girls, and I kind of leaned over like, hey, have you ever seen The Cure before? She's like, no, we're new fans. And it was adorable because they knew all the songs. They were singing along to all of them, even the deep stuff that The Cure played. Yeah. And they just had a great time. And I leaned over to one of them because it was when Robert was dancing around during Close to Me. And I just love it when he dances because it's cute, the way Robert awkwardly dances. And she's like, oh, I know, he dances like my Nana.
Wait a minute.
Where's the same makeup?
Wait a minute. Who said that? Who said that to you?
That was the teenagers sitting next to us.
Well, that might have been my offspring because they said to me, Robert Smith dances just like Nana.
Really?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, my wife's mother. He does this kind of
Well, all right. You'll have to compare notes.
Show me some photos.
Compare notes later.
Okay.
Should be.
It should be, shouldn't it?
Who's that journalist? The pickle guy. Gurky! Gurky! Radio from Hell on X96.
Well, Robert Gurky did not want to show up in the studio in his pajamas today. So
I'm on the scene. I'm out on assignment.
Right.
At
Yeah.
my house.
You know, Bob, I was just thinking before we get into it. Every other week we have you on, and then a week alternating with the donut critic. And he always brings us donuts, and so I think you need to start bringing us donuts as well. Just bear that in mind. Okay?
I brought you a cake, I think, one day for somebody's birthday. I think it was for Gina's birthday. I don't remember, but yeah, I will get on that.
Okay, make sure you do.
Excellent.
Or booze. I can do.
Oh, nice.
Well, that's even better. Yeah. The booze critic, Robert Gurky.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that $300 million that the. Just at the last minute here, the legislature that says, here, you can have $300 million more of taxpayer money to work on this downtown Smith Entertainment Group extravaganza. Talk about that a bit.
Yeah. So this completely flew under the radar. It's been something that had been talked about for about a year. The Smith Entertainment Group wants to build this pedestrian plaza or walkway between the Delta Center over to where that sort of west side of the Salt Palace Convention Center is. They just purchased that part of the Salt Palace Convention Center, so they own that now too. And they wanted to build this walkway to kind of go back and forth over Third West, which is kind of a cool idea, but it's also a very expensive idea. Yeah. So they've been talking about burying like 3 blocks of Third West, from like North Temple all the way down to Second South. That was going to cost over $1.5 billion. And so so this has been kind of hanging out there. But then on like the third to last night of the legislative session, right at the end, they kind of slipped this amendment in, and it said $300 million for improvements to US 89, which is Third West. And it's designated that they're going to spend, that's sort of the initial payment on what they want to do there.
So they are going to bury the tracks and everything?
It's not so much the tracks. It'll go down it'll go down south of tracks. It might disrupt tracks for a while they're doing construction, but yeah, go down and then come back up, and then there'll be a pedestrian walkway over between the Delta Center and that other, Smith Entertainment Group property. But it was Angela Romero, the House Minority Leader, was not too happy about it because she said that, there wasn't any transparency there. There wasn't discussion. It just kind of got slipped in, never really mentioned what the project was. And $300 million is a decent chunk of change. It may not be enough to do the whole project, but, it just didn't get sort of the public scrutiny that she thought it probably necessitated. And the folks over at Japantown, the Japanese Church of Christ and Salt Lake Buddhist Temple, they're over there. And they're concerned because they're going to have construction to the east of them when they're doing the convention center. They're going to have it to the west of them if they're doing Third West. They're going to be kind of boxed in on all sides. And they said that they weren't really consulted about this proposal either. There's also the question of, okay, if we're going to spend $300 million, do we spend it on a pedestrian walkway over Third West, or do we spend it, put some of that money into the Rio Grande plan? This is the plan to bury the rail
Oh,
lines on
that's
the west.
that's the one I was thinking of. Yeah.
And it would open up all of this developable property. It would increase the traffic flow, but this is the one that got the money this year. Smith's people worked pretty hard to get it, obviously. And they're looking right now at exactly what it's going to look like. They think that, it's just going to be sort of a smaller scale project, just the one block. But this is sort of a continuing storyline, I guess, where taxpayer money is going to help develop the Delta Center. There's $1 billion that was in sales tax money that's going to flow there. There's this $300 million for this pedestrian walkway. There's $55 million for a pedestrian bridge down at the practice facility. So it just kind of keeps coming, and it's kind of a cool idea. I mean, Third West is sort of a choke point because it's so wide. It kind of makes it hard for pedestrians, cyclists, and so forth to get back and forth. But it was one of these things that kind of slipped in at the last minute, and
all right.
Let's
get to the
going.
convention. I haven't even mentioned it because I hate it so much. The Republican convention is this weekend. Is that right?
It's Saturday, yeah, and it's kind of an interesting battle this year. You've got Rob Axon, who's the current party chair. He's running for another term in office. And then you've got Phil Lyman, who, as you guys all remember, was just ran these sort of incessant attacks against Spencer Cox, calling him a fraudulent governor, saying, and really going after him over the signature gathering issue. Mm-hmm. He doesn't like the notion that candidates gather signatures and avoid the convention. And if you remember, it wasn't just Spencer Cox this year. It was John Curtis, Derek Brown, Blake Moore. They all lost at convention, and in Brown and Curtis in Cox's case won the Republican primary. That's the candidate the Republican voters wanted, not the one that the delegates chose.
Yeah.
So Phil thinks he can unilaterally disqualify signature gathering candidates. Rob doesn't like the signature gathering either, but thinks the legislature needs to change the law and not ignore, and the party can't ignore the law. And there's an interesting potential fallout from this, because if a party ignores signature gathering or denies signature gathering candidates the right to be on the ballot, they lose their status as what they call a qualified political party, and they no longer can put any candidates on the ballot.
I'm all for that.
So so it could just completely blow up the party. I'm not saying that that's necessarily how this is going to play out. I can't, tell the future, but the law is pretty explicit.
But don't
allow signature gathering.
There is a chance that the Republican convention and this whole delegate system, this could just blow apart. There is a chance that could blow up.
It could blow apart. Yeah, and not only that, there's some talk that if they do elect Phil, that there might be a ballot initiative just to do away with the party conventions and go to an all, a completely primary only. You've got to gather signatures and go to the primary. So there could be some real ramifications about how Republicans, how everybody elects their officials in the state. So while the party conventions are kind of a slog and a spectacle, and people don't necessarily like to pay attention to them, this is one that actually could have some interesting consequences.
Is there a way we can get an initiative on the ballot to bar Phil Lyman from ever running for office again?
He seems to be the problem.
Probably not.
He has his social media account. It's like he never stopped running for governor. He's just been beating up on Cox. He's making noise that he's going to run for governor again in 2028. The party's not conservative enough in his eyes or Trumpy enough. Although it's interesting, President Trump did come out and endorse Rob Axon, which we don't usually see in these party chair races. They're usually not that hotly contested, but kind of unusual this time to have the president endorse and Mike Lee and Gary Herbert and others as well, falling in behind Axon.
We got to wrap it up, Bob. Robert Gehrke, columnist and reporter for the Salt Lake Tribune. sltrib.com is where you want to go. Thanks, Bob.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks, gang. Talk to you later.
Traffic.
Crash northbound 7th East, southbound under the I-80 freeway in Salt Lake. Center lanes remain blocked, backing traffic to 21st South and into the main flow eastbound I-80 from the exit ramp, and actually heard from a couple Infiniteam members who were dealing with that issue as well. Thank you for sending that in via text at 33986. Haster Games for board games, Magic the Gathering, Pokemon, miniatures, dice paints, and more. Haster Games, 6831 South State, or hastergames.com.
KXRK Provo. We're going to take a break, play a song, and after that song, it's the Boner Recap game. Easy to play, easy to win. If you were listening, you know the answer. Who won the Boner today? If you weren't listening, you might be able to guess today, but why take the chance? Go ahead and cheat. Go to x96.com, look for the box that says Boners, May 15, 2025. Click on there. It'll say winner next to the correct answer. What am the prize?
Tickets to Forkfest. What's Forkfest, you say?
What's Forkfest?
It's at Art Dye Park and American Fork, and you could win tickets to see the Aquabats, Stretch Armstrong, Little Moon, and more.
It's a Stretch Armstrong reunion show. And the Aquabats headlining. 877-602-9696 for those Aquabats tickets. All right, we'll play after these messages and a song. Stand by for that. Daybreak Home and Garden Show this weekend. Well, I think it starts today. No,
Yep.
Tomorrow.
The 16th.
16th, yeah.
It's out at the ballpark. It's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday out at the new ballpark at Smith. What do they call it? The ballpark at Gateway.
At Daybreak.
I mean
Daybreak.
And
Daybreak.
I will be there tomorrow.
Oh,
what?
Or not tomorrow, Saturday.
Saturday.
I'll be there Saturday.
It's a home and garden show. Spring is in the air. Birds are chirping. The flowers are blooming, and you want to get your backyard ready for the coming summer season. They've got all kinds of do-it-yourself things. They've got demonstrations. They've got patio ideas for you, garden ideas, free games for kids, free seminars, and hourly free prizes.
Our friend Sylvia was telling us how they give the prizes away. There are a bunch of numbers on the floor, and once an hour they call out a number, and you stand on it, and they give you a prize.
Now, all the vendor booths will be inside the building, now not out on the field. So if it rains, you're not going to get wet. It's out at the ballpark. Get tickets right now at thebesthomeshow.com.
Is this the list of reasons we're not interviewing Gavin Rosdale today?
I think so.
Yeah.
81 things that blew our minds in 2023 from the Atlantic magazine. Okay. Now, there is an article and an explanation for each one of these. So each one of these has an article that appeared in Atlantic.
Okay.
We won't have time to go through all of that kind of stuff, but if there's something that you really go, what? I'll click on it and we'll see what we can find out. Number one, Mars has seasons, and in the winter it snows on Mars.
Really?
Apparently so.
Okay.
Bats are arguably the healthiest mammals on Earth.
Healthiest?
Healthiest. There's a whole article about bats and how germ-free they are.
Really?
I thought we get germs from bats.
Yeah, or rabies.
Mammal milk changes depending on the time of day, a baby's age and sex, the mom's diet, and more. Well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Here's an interesting thing that you might know, Carrie, and I just clicked on it because I wasn't sure what it was. The genetic mutation behind Asian glow might help protect people against certain pathogens, including tuberculosis. You know what Asian glow is?
That's when Asian person drinks too much, they get that kind of reddish.
There's an article here in the Atlantic by her name is Catherine J. Wu. And she says, at every party, no matter what occasion, my drink of choice is soda water. I've never been drunk in my life, but, if I drink alcohol, my face will go red, and it's Asian glow.
All of my relatives have powered through that. Tamped it down beautifully.
Let's see. The overwhelming majority of sweaters available on the American mass market are mostly made of plastic, at least or partly made of plastic. Sweaters.
Wow.
Well, that's good, right? We're recycling? Yeah?
Is it?
No.
No?
Or are we just making new plastic?
I think so. Let's see. Mice and rats cannot vomit.
Cannot
vomit. I don't know.
Well,
How do you test that?
Okay, I'll click on that.
Is there a gag reflex on them? I feel like I should have this ready for each one of these.
What?
You know?
Yeah. Years of experiments with laboratory rats and mice, animals long considered classic models for the condition, many conditions, have repeatedly shown that a new drug called Rolopram could boost a molecule in the rodent's brain that people with depression seem to have lower levels of. Even guinea pigs and chipmunks seem susceptible to the chemical's effects. Experts hailed Rolopram as a potential game changer, except after they used it, they wanted to get the rats or mice to vomit, and they couldn't make them do it. They just can't do it. U.S. Army considered distributing daily rations of yerba mate tea to soldiers.
Well, it's got a little higher caffeine, to it.
It's possible to lactate without ever having been pregnant.
What?
Did you know that?
Well, yeah, if I just hear a baby cry, it happens.
Should we test that theory? I have several baby crying sound effects at the ready.
If you're pregnant, your feet might grow roughly half a shoe size.
Yes,
is that
true?
Is
true.
Yeah. Gender-neutral baby names are more popular in conservative states than in liberal states.
You would not think that, would you?
No. Let's see.
As someone with one of those names.
Yes, Carrie.
I agree.
By 2051, North America may run out of 3-digit area codes.
What?
That's true. It would.
I guess.
I mean, we only have 3.
So we're going to start
We're gonna
having
run out.
4
You're going to run out.
Probably.
Yeah, 4-digit area codes? Oh,
Yeah.
man. How's the phone police going to handle that?
Hawaii's feral chickens are out of control.
They are.
I know
I
that.
was just there.
I've seen
Let's
that.
eat them.
They're stringy.
Listen, we're at the federal courthouse on the lawn. They're everywhere.
Yeah.
There's no predator.
Yeah.
You gotta bring some
Well,
predators.
no, there are. There's the mongooses and snakes, but you know.
The technology behind the first rice cookers, which were sold in 1955, is still pretty much used. It's
Pretty much
the
the
same
same.
technology today because it's perfect.
If it ain't broke.
Let's see. Corrugated pizza boxes.
Yes.
Used by basically every pizzeria has not changed since the invention of it in 1966, and it does a really bad job of maintaining takeout pizza.
It does.
It's terrible.
Yeah. There must be a better way. I can't think of it. But.
Let's see. Compostable plastic bags buried in soil for 3 years can still hold a full load of groceries.
Compostable?
So it takes them long time to compost?
So they're not really compostable. Cat owners in Cyprus are giving leftover COVID drugs to their pets.
What?
But not, I don't know. I'm not even going to look for that one. The same molecule that makes cat urine smell like cat urine is in lower concentrations, commonly used in air fresheners and household cleaners.
Oh.
The Sphere in Las Vegas.
Yes.
It can transform its 366-foot-tall exterior into a gargantuan emoji that astronauts can see from space.
Well, that part I didn't know. I've seen when they do the emoji, but I didn't know you could see it from space. But now that you say it, makes sense.
Gina, within 8 seconds of flushing, a toilet bowl can shoot a plume of aerosols nearly 5 feet into the air and straight into your face.
Put the seat down.
Yeah. I almost always do now when I found that out.
It's called a fecal plume.
Yeah. Let's see.
Give us 2 more.
Okay. A Dutch man and his family have a perplexing brain condition called color agnosia. They can see colors, but they cannot name them.
They see colors, but they can't name them?
How do you know you see it?
Well, you can say because you can say you would you'd show them red and then blue and then green, and they'd say, "I see that
I see
that the colors are changing."
So they can see
What
the
are they
sky
called?
as blue, but
what is that color called? I can't tell you.
Their brain doesn't make that connection.
Can't do it. Yeah.
Wow.
What?
I'll look that up and get you more about that. And then let's see, one more. Foxes have committed mass murder against flamingos at least 3 times during the past 30 years.
Oh.
Now, you'd like to know when, wouldn't you? I got to open that one. Hang on.
Wow.
Let's see.
What do they have? It's the Great Fox Flamingo Wars?
I guess.
Is that...
Let's see.
The natural enemy of the fox is the flamingo?
Open link.
It doesn't seem like it to me.
The this has happened at zoos.
Oh, it's zoos. Okay.
And foxes getting into zoos and killing flamingos.
All right.
All right, there you
All
go.
right, thank you.
We hope you'd enjoyed another list with Radio from Hell on X96.
Blanche and Roy says
Blanche.
She needs more of the Sisters of Mercy
In Roy.
because on this day in 1959, the singer from Sisters of Mercy, Andrew Eldritch, was born.
Sisters of Mercy.
And
Yes.
I need all
Love
the
that
love.
band.
Very dramatic.
Yep.
Okay, well, let's see what happens with the boner recap.
You could win, somebody, maybe, tickets to see Fork Fest at Art Dye Park in American Fork, June 6th and 7th, featuring the Aquabats, Stretch Armstrong, Little Moon, and more. You can go to x96.com for the full lineup, because there's more bands than that, and how to get your tickets.
Kind of a Stretch Armstrong reunion show.
Mm-hmm.
That's a great, that's going to be a good, fun time. Who do we have to win those
This
tickets?
is Ryan.
Hi, Ryan.
Hey.
What are you doing?
I'm attempting to work, but it's really slow, and so I'm just trying to look busy.
I see.
We're happy to help you look busy.
What sort of work is it that you're doing?
I do sheet metal, and we're building the engineering building down at UVU.
Oh, okay.
But it's kind of slow right this minute, huh?
Yeah, because we're almost done with everything,
Yeah.
and so yeah, trying to look busy.
Yeah. All right. Well, good. Listen, if you tell me who the boner winner was today, you'll win those tickets to see that Stretch Armstrong Aquabat show.
Yeah.
So,
All right.
Did you hear them earlier? Did you hear the boner candidates?
I sure did.
All right, you'll get it easy. You probably could have figured this one out anyway, but here we go. Boner candidate number one was MAGA Meltdown. We speak English here. The House GOP has been engulfed in a MAGA firestorm after posting a message on Twitter that was translated into Spanish, so that there are MAGA Spanish people, there are GOP Spanish people, and they were reaching out to them. But the MAGA people, what is this? We speak English here. This is America. Shouldn't be doing that. That was boner candidate number one. Boner candidate number two. This woman led police from Idaho into Utah on a high-speed chase. 110 miles an hour, weaving in and out, almost sideswiping cars, went on and on and on. When they finally stopped her car with spikes, they spiked her tires and got her out of the car. She's standing on the side of the road. First thing she said to the police officers was, "Well, wasn't that fun?" And then boner candidate number three, this decision should have been left to us. This is the story of a pregnant woman on life support in Georgia. She's been on life support for over 3 months in order to deliver her child, which is the abortion laws in Georgia say they've got to keep her alive so they can deliver the child. The child, the doctors say, will have horrible health problems as well. And her family said, "You shouldn't be doing this to us. We're the ones who are going to have to take care of this child.
If it survives.
Yes, if it survives. This is a decision that should have been left to us, not to the government." So those were the three candidates. Who was the winner?
Number three.
Yep, overwhelmingly. Excellent job, Ryan. You are going to go see that concert.
Sweet.
Yep.
Hang on the line.
Hang on.
We'll tell you how to
And
get
get back to
tickets.
work.
Yes.
Trying to loaf on our dime here.
Should I try to look busy at work?
How would you do that?
You wouldn't be
know.
able to pull it off.
Yeah.
Get out my work papers?
I do.
Just a lot of shuffling?
That's what I do. I look busy constantly. I'm always crossing. See, I'm always crossing things off.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
I as we get through a certain segment of the show, I
Hmm.
cross it off, and I cross off the ads that we've done.
So we don't redo parts of the show.
Well, it's just so I can look down and say, "Oh God, we're almost done."
Well, we'll take a break. We got Big Boy News and Opinion Window coming up after these. Stand by. Cross this one off your list. Stockton 12 Honda.
Stockton 12 Honda in the Southtown Auto Mall in Sandy. Your number one neighborhood Honda dealer. And they're offering top value for your trade-in right now at Stockton 12 Honda. Do like I have done. Go there and shop, and you'll find them, first of all, to be just terrific. The salespeople don't pressure you, really. They just don't. They ask you if there's anything they can do to help you find, or no, I'd like to just browse around. That's fine. Go ahead. And it's really hassle-free environment at Stockton 12 Honda. And they have a great service department as well. Same-day service is available. You can call them today, or you can go online and see they have service specials, and you can book an appointment online, and they'll even come to you. They'll come and do mobile repair at your work. So it's Stockton 12 Honda. It's a great place to buy a car. It's a great place for service. They're in the Southtown Auto Mall in Sandy.
We've got a treasure chest.
Sandwiches earlier, and I'm hungry for a sandwich.
Really? Sometimes just a good, cheap gas station sandwich.
Will you eat a gas station sandwich?
Yeah, occasionally, if I have to. If I have to.
I don't trust a gas station sandwich.
How about a hoagie?
I don't
You not have a hoagie?
Not. You don't know how long they've been sitting there. The sandwich at the gas station is way down on the list of priorities for the people that work at the gas station.
Yeah.
They don't care about turnover or.
Now we got sandwiches out here in the cooler, and I don't know what kind.
Here?
Yeah.
Right now? There's sandwiches here
There's sandwiches out there right now.
Where?
out in the cooler there. You know, where you could buy the drinks and stuff.
Yeah. Again, how long are they out there?
I don't know. But will you do a gas station hot dog?
Okay.
All right. Oh, okay.
Maverick is like high-end convenience store gas station.
Yeah, they have
hot
good.
dog.
They
have.
good stuff.
I trust Maverick.
You trust a gas station sandwich from Maverick?
Yeah,
I trust it.
I would.
Okay.
I would. I think they take pride in the food that they offer at their.
Yeah, I've
Maverick
had
has
them.
all the good stuff.
They have the Bahama Mama.
They got the best bathrooms.
Their coffee is even pretty good.
Yeah, they have the soda fountain. This sounds like an ad for Maverick. They have the soda fountain with like 50 different sodas, and you can add little vanilla to it, like I like.
Like
to
you
do.
like.
They have the good ice. Maverick knows what they're doing.
By the way, the owner of Maverick, Keith Maverick. Keith Maverick. I'm just with Keith. We're going to send you a bill.
I'm going to send you a bill.
Oh, if we're traveling, we're talking about road trips earlier.
Yeah.
It's Memorial Day. People are taking road trips. We will
I do, too.
destination Maverick on a road.
I try to stop at a Maverick, and I'd rather go to a Maverick than a drive-through fast food place.
Oh yeah,
really.
Now, you mentioned the flavored syrup for your sodas. I heard someone bitching about the movie theater ones. You know, where you pre-select
The
your
freestyle.
Yeah.
What was their complaint?
They just didn't care for them at all, and I'm like, what are you talking about?
It's not a good mix. I like it when I can mix my own.
Oh, is that the complaint?
Yeah, because the freestyle is a pre-mixed thing. But
yeah, I don't mind.
Yeah.
Cherry.
You want to know my freestyle trick?
There is one?
Yeah. Well,
Is that they have that at Harmon's too, don't they? That freestyle.
No.
No.
It's like a soda fountain.
Yeah, I know. I thought I saw one at Harmon's.
Here's my trick. So you have a pure drink that is the drink that you wanted,
say-
untainted by other drinks.
Say it's Diet Coke. All right.
Always go to the water tab
Mm-hmm.
and run a little water through there first.
Oh, otherwise you're getting the flavor of the leftover.
Yep.
Okay. Oh, that's a good
That's
trick.
my little freestyle.
You know, Gina, you are so amazingly creative about things that don't matter.
No,
that matters.
No, this is helpful because
you
I'm
put your brain to these things.
it's helpful.
little water,
because I'm making my twice yearly trip to the movie theater, and I need to know
Do a little rinse.
Okay.
Because they all come through the same spigot.
All right. Thank you.
My little tip.
All right, 9:18, and it is time for some big boy news and opinioendo, brought to you by.
Big deals, Big O Tires are here. Save up to $120 instantly on select sets of tires at Big O Tires, the team you trust.
Thank you very much.
What the hell happened to Sean Penn? God. You see the pictures of him?
No.
Yeah, I saw the interview.
He was doing an interview with Daily Mail, and I don't know why he felt the need he had to attack Woody Allen's. What's the
I don't know what you're trying to say.
Farrow?
Mia Farrow?
No,
Ronan Farrow.
Ronan Farrow.
Oh.
I don't know why felt he had to attack Ronan Farrow.
I don't know either.
An interview with Sean Penn, he made several explosive claims, notably expressing doubt about Woody Allen's alleged 1992 molestation of his daughter, Dylan Farrow. But it was how he looked that was just there. Oh, there he is, x96.com/live.
He looks like he got punched in the face.
He's got a big bruise on his nose, but he looks
like
tired.
he's been hard on himself.
Well, he never stopped smoking. He's smoking during this interview.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
He just looks rough, one person
Yeah.
wrote under a clip from the interview. He's only 64? My 95-year-old grandfather looks younger than he does, somebody said. So that's what people were
Got to moisturize.
mostly concerned about. And it's a big change from how he looked like just a couple of years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like it was this overnight weird thing that happened to him. I don't know. Let's see. We talked about HBO. We talked about. We haven't talked about the.
We didn't really talk about HBO.
Well,
That
it's
they
okay.
changed their Max.
Streaming service Max is changing its name back to HBO, to HBO Max, which
Yeah.
I think is
Which is what it started as.
We're bringing back HBO, the brand that represents the highest quality in media. See, we spent years and years and years doing high-quality TV and building up the reputation and the brand HBO. People used to say, it's not television, it's HBO.
It was a little bit better. You knew if you were watching a series on HBO, it was going to be good.
Now, let's drop that.
Oh, okay.
We've spent a lot of time. Just get rid of it.
Did they fire whoever
No,
decided that?
no, he got a bonus.
David Zaslav, president and CEO of Warner Brothers Discovery.
Who only knows reality programs.
They originally launched HBO Max in 2020, but dropped HBO from its name 2 years ago when it merged content from HBO Max and Discovery under the single brand Max. They didn't have to drop HBO.
This is the guy who got rid of all the classic Looney Tunes on
Oh,
that feed.
right. Okay.
This is the guy who's endangering Adult Swim.
The Warner Brothers Discovery said its streaming division has added 22 million subscribers over the past year. With the course we are on and strong momentum we are enjoying, we believe HBO Max far better represents our current consumer proposition, said Casey Bloys, chairman and CEO of HBO and Max Content. And it clearly states our implicit promise to deliver content that is recognized as unique. Steal a line, as we always said, HBO worth paying for. So the Sean Combs trial. By the way, there's one story that I saw about this today, and they have a courtroom rendering of Cassie.
No photos?
No photos. Now, that courtroom rendering that we're showing at x96.com/live, that's not horrible.
Okay.
But I saw one today. It was like a Picasso of her. She's an attractive woman, and it made her look like a purple disjointed monster. Cassie Ventura, the singer widely known just as Cassie, told jurors now that Combs raped, beat, and forced her into drug-fueled sex parties. I believe she's expected to have testimony or cross-examination today from Sean Combs' lawyers. Of course, Combs was once one of the most powerful figures in the music industry, but now incarcerated on charges of sex trafficking and leading an illegal sex ring that enforced its power with crimes including arson, kidnapping, and bribery. His family is behind him in the courtroom, seated behind him, and supportive. His mother said, he's a good boy. He would never do any of this kind of thing.
They're all just out to get him, right, Mom?
Yeah, that's it.
That's it. And so...
forget the video that you see,
Yeah, and we've all seen it.
Of him beating her up.
Yeah, there is no other way to look at that, Mom.
Yeah.
So there you go. Let's see. Snoop has yet another gig. Snoop Dogg, as part of his expansive partnership with NBC Universal, he will host a 2-hour musical variety special from Miami titled Snoop Dogg's New Year's Eve. According to Variety, the show will air on NBC on December 31 from 10:30 in the evening till 12:30 in the next day, in the latest extension of his deal with NBC Universal, which also includes his spot as a coach on The Voice and his correspondent gig at last year's Summer Olympics in Paris.
He's got more work than ever.
Snoop Dogg's energy, influence, and ability to bring people together promises an unforgettable night, said Jen Neal, Executive Vice President of Live Events and Specials for NBC Universal Entertainment. We're thrilled to partner with Snoop and bring this epic event to audiences across the country, once again live from Miami. Jennifer Lopez recently sustained a nasty facial injury while rehearsing for the 2025 American Music Awards. The on-the-floor hitmaker posted a selfie on her Instagram stories that showed her with an ice pack covering her nose and right eye.
Oh, no.
And cryptically teased, so this happened. The multi-hyphenate. Okay. Never mind. Who is hosting and performing at the annual Music Awards show later this month, swiftly shared another photo of her face without the ice pack, revealing a nasty gash on her nose. During rehearsals, it happened, she said. She said the cut was severe enough to require stitches. She shared another snap of herself with celebrity plastic surgeon Dr. Jason Diamond, who I think was probably flown in to treat her busted nose.
I mean, you joke, but probably.
Yeah.
That's
unless they were, I don't know, he might.
If you need stitches on the face, you want a professional.
Yeah, oh yeah. No, that's even if you're not Jennifer Lopez. The Doors story, Strange Days and Otherwise, has been told many times, the band The Doors, many times to date, by writers, filmmakers, and the band makers themselves in their respective memoirs. But the new Night Divides the Day, the Doors anthology, it's a book that covers all their accounts and more alongside each other for the first time ever. It's a huge coffee table book, 344 pages, created by England's Genesis Publications in partnership with the Doors group, with the Doors camp, as part of the group's 60th anniversary celebration, featuring about 800 photos and other illustrations, many never before seen. The book also includes new interviews with surviving members Robbie Krieger and John Densmore, along with material from the autobiographies and archival comments from Krieger, Densmore, and Jim Morrison and Ray Manzarek. Nirvana's Chris Novoselic wrote the foreword. Van Morrison, Alice Cooper, Patti Smith, and others joined members of the Doors camp in offering commentary throughout the book. It shows you a lot of the hidden Doors stuff that a lot of people don't know about, says Krieger, who published Set the Night on Fire, Living, Dying, and Playing Guitar with the Doors in 2021. Just seeing the old pictures, a lot of the pictures I've never even seen myself, and that's really cool. Reading a lot of the interviews, stuff that I'd forgotten about, to go back in time and read all that original stuff that you might have forgotten about or had the wrong idea of. It's nice to have everything in one book like this. I think it's done really well. I'm trying to see if this says how much this is going to cost. I don't know. Oh, at $75.
For a true fan, it doesn't matter.
No, wait a minute. 200 copies will be signed by the guitarist and Densmore with a 7-inch vinyl single featuring a rare demo of Hello, I Love You and Moonlight Drive, and other memorabilia, that will be $495. Then there's the standard bookstore edition, which $75. That's not.
Get it for your dad for Father's Day.
I don't think that's outrageous. Bruce Springsteen has unearthed another, well, not another, it's just a previously unheard song, one that he recorded a long time ago and then just never was out, called Repo Man, leaning into a honky-tonk sound. It's taken from somewhere north of Nashville, one of 7 previously unreleased albums collected in his forthcoming compilation, Tracks 2, The Lost Albums. He has 7 unreleased albums?
Does he sleep?
Jeez. Somewhere north of Nashville was recorded concurrently with his 11th studio album, The Ghost of Tom Joad, in 1995. So he's a studio recording The Ghost of Tom Joad, and then at the same time he's in the studio doing a live album with his band, and that's this one.
Patty's had dinner on the table for hours.
Listen, I've got to get this out of me. This is music that has to come out, man. It features some other instruments that he doesn't usually use, like pedal steel from Matty Rifkin and a fiddle from Susie Terrell. And it says it's real honky-tonk, rockabilly, and up-tempo country. And, probably pretty good. And finally this. Americans have been left questioning if Australia is even a real place.
They are?
After stumbling across the name of a tiny town in South Australia. A U.S. content creator who goes by the name of David Dowie set the internet alight this week after coming across a small beach town north of Adelaide, Australia, called Titty-Witty Beach. The town, which has a population of 195 people, is well known for its holiday homes, crabbing spots, and beaches. The quirky names comes from a well located north of town that was known to local indigenous people as Titty-Witty Ned. In a clip, I don't need to do that. In Titty-Witty Beach, just off Titty-Witty Road, there's a little bed and bed and breakfast called Schmitty at Titty-Witty. One of the reviews for the Schmitty at Titty-Witty says, "Feeling giddy, doing a little ditty, being witty at the Schmitty." And apparently there's a cave there are other places in South Australia. There's a cave called, well, it wasn't there last year. There's a suburb named Humpy Bong 2. And then there's a place called Mount Disappointment in Victoria.
You know, our attorney and our sports reporter are there right now. We should see if they can go check some of this out.
And I've told you before, look up just Google big things in Australia. Or, no, Australia's big things. It is so cool you won't believe it.
All right. Weather?
54 right now, going to have a high of 63 today with a 50% chance of showers, maybe even some thunderstorms possible. Overnight tonight, that tapers off, 46 for an overnight low. Tomorrow looks like our nicest day of the next several. Partly cloudy, high of 67. And then we got another storm system coming through on Saturday, and it sticks around till the first part of next week.
All right. Thank you very much.
Listen to
I ate a lot of hot chicken on my trip.
Hot chicken.
Nashville hot chicken.
Uh-huh. So it's just the coating is...
So here's the story of Nashville hot chicken. The original hot chicken place.
Mm-hmm.
Prince's Hot Chicken Shack.
Okay.
Now the story here is Thornton Prince was a womanizer. Mm-hmm. He had lots of women in his life. And apparently he was cheating on his wife, and she was mad. And he would come home late at night and demand she make him dinner after he'd been out with other women.
Uh-huh.
And she was mad.
Okay.
He wanted some chicken, and she said, "I'll show you chicken." And she did so many hot spices in it, she thought that this'll show him.
This'll hurt him.
He loved it.
He loved it.
This is great.
This is great. And opened Prince's Hot Chicken Shack. Now, the traditional hot chicken is not anything you put on top of it. You put the spices actually in the oil, I guess, that you cook the chicken in, and that's what infuses.
Not in the breading.
Not in the breading.
It's not, but there is breading on it.
Yes.
It's like it's fried chicken.
And it's fantastic. And I had too much of it.
Mm-hmm. Does it come with biscuits and honey?
Well, it comes with a little slice of white bread, just white bread.
Okay.
And a pickle.
Mm-hmm.
But now I noticed we have a hot chicken place, a new hot chicken place that replaced another chicken place. So there was the Crack Shack on Ninth South.
Yeah.
That wasn't there that long.
I went there once. Was not crazy.
And
did they do hot chicken?
I mean, they did it. It was a chicken, but it wasn't hot chicken. But supposedly the place that came in is a hot chicken place. So now that I am a professional, now it's almost like I'm a local
hot chicken eater.
Hot chicken eater.
Okay.
I'm going to go there, and my guess is I will say this. I've been to Nashville. It doesn't taste like this, but maybe it will be an okay chicken substitute.
I need a report.
Okay.
I need you to on the way home.
It might be lunch today.
Yeah.
It might be lunch.
I need a report.
Do you get what? You get like a half a chicken or like a leg and a breast or how?
They're tenders. They're tenders.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Tenders in different forms. Like on a sandwich or.
Oh, okay.
You don't like a tender?
Nah, not too much.
I think I'll stick with Pretty Bird.
I like.
Pretty Bird is tenders.
It's like a breast.
Yeah.
It's a big.
You can get tenders there. I get tenders.
Oh, you
there.
can get tenders there. I get them for the dogs. Yeah.
You get them for the dogs?
They love them.
Hot chicken?
Not hot. You can get your degree of spicy there. I just get the unseasoned ones.
I'm here to pick up an order of tenders for my dogs.
You get the Pretty Bird chicken for your
They
dogs.
love them.
I mean, I love it.
Yeah, they love them.
And I love my dog, but...
I get a hot behind sandwich for Sue.
A what?
A hot behind. That's the spice level.
Mm-hmm.
And then I get the medium for me.
Yeah.
And then I just get some unseasoned Pretty Bird for the dogs. They love it.
Pretty Bird's fantastic. Pretty Bird's dangerous.
It can be. All right, the Living Traditions Festival.
Emma Hall has joined us in the studio. Emma is the volunteer lead for Living Traditions. It's this weekend, starts on Friday, then goes Saturday and Sunday, and it's at the Library Square and Washington Square. And we've talked about what's going on at the Living Traditions Festival, is like all these different cultures and food and entertainment from different cultures. But specifically, you need some more volunteers too, don't you?
Yeah, we love having more volunteers. We can never have enough.
You need a lot of volunteers for something like this because, first of all, it's free. You don't charge anything for people to come into the Living Traditions Festival and enjoy the entertainment. If they want food, they have to spend a little money. or beverage, they have to spend a little money. But other
There's
than
other
that,
there's other stuff to buy there. There's crafts and things.
oh yeah, I guess that's true. But so this kind of a thing depends on volunteers to pull it off, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. We have at the moment around 200 volunteers that are interested in volunteering, and we could always use more. They can volunteer in positions to help kids with kids crafts and workshops. They can teach people how to dance, and we have very, very different opportunities for our volunteers to help with the artists and the performers and the craft artists as well. Whatever their interest is, we'd love to have them and interact with the artists and the cultures that are at this festival.
And if you are, I'd never heard of this, but Tips and Sips certified, which I don't know how you would get that certification, but
yeah,
is it a state thing or?
It is, yeah. We work with DABS, and a lot of our volunteers who are interested in pouring beer and wine, they can search for beer certificates in Utah, and Sips and Tips is one of the more generally known certificates that they can get.
It's kind of like a food handler's permit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so it's around $30, and you can get your Sips and Tips. We need off premise and on premise, whatever you have, we're willing to work with. And
what else, other than getting that warm feeling of helping out, what do you get if you're a volunteer?
We have an opportunity drawing, and we ask local businesses and nonprofit organizations who have activities to donate their activities or local
prizes and
goods
and stuff.
Yeah. Exactly, and the more shifts you sign up to volunteer for, your name gets put into this drawing, and we can give out gifts
You do
as
that
a thank you.
At the end of the festival, you give out gifts to volunteers. Yeah. So if somebody's interested in volunteering at the Living Traditions Festival, and it starts tomorrow, so get on it. How do you volunteer?
We have a new website. It's amazing. It's really easy to look at. If you go onto our website at livingtraditions.com, there's a spot for an interest form, and that directly goes to me, and I can send you more information in that interest form. And if you're wanting to also just contact me specifically with more questions, you can go to volunteer@saltlakearts.org and email me
easy to remember,
right away.
Yeah.
Volunteer@saltlakearts.org. 80 people do that right now. Do it now. By the time Emma Hall gets back to her office, I want her inundated with names of people who say, I'd like to volunteer.
What else do you want people to know about the festival?
Oh, well, we have several different things. We're a 39-year-old festival, so we've sort of got the this weekend for the last 39 years. Lots of families are involved in this and have been performing for years. And there's just different activities, 3 different stages with performances, dance, music, singing.
And it's pretty much continuous all the time, something going on.
Yeah, 3 different stages all day long, all weekend long, along with arts. We just want people to walk through and celebrate these multicultural communities. Especially
living traditions.
Yeah, especially with everything going on. And
it says you can watch everything from blacksmithing to weaving to blacksmithing. Go watch some blacksmithing. That'd be cool.
You know what another name for a blacksmith is, don't you? A farrier. It is.
That's great.
I don't know why I know that, but I do.
I love that. Yeah.
So Living Traditions, again, the volunteers, inundate Emma with volunteers. Again, how do they do that?
You can email me at volunteer@saltlakearts.org or go to our website at livingtraditionsfestival.com.
Okay, simple as that.
It's at Library Square starting tomorrow.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, well, thank you.
No, thanks.
Thank you
for being
much.
here.
All right. We're going to take a break, play a song, crawl towards the exits coming up after the standby. BigOTires.com.
You betcha. Big O Tires, the team you trust. $120 off select sets of 4 tires right now through May 26th. This is the time to buy, as they've got plenty of tires in stock, believe me. So Big O Tires is the team you trust. Lowest price on every tire every day, and they have all the brands that you could think of. All the, if you're a Pirelli person or a Michelin person, they got all of those.
They also have the Healthy Car Special going on for just $39.95. Includes oil change, tire rotation, alignment check, brake check, battery check, all of that for just $39.95.
Now, get to know your Big O Tire store in your neighborhood. There's got to be one near you. Remember, they have financing. No credit needed financing. There's something to meet every budget because they know tires can be an unexpected expense. Go to BigOTires.com, make an appointment online. They are the team you trust.
Missed a more.
Oh, Frank.
It's a sad song.
Frank.
Could you? I don't ask for much.
Yes, Frank.
Mr. Folds, if you could. I prefer your happy, funny songs.
Ben Folds will meet you someday, won't he?
I'll meet him, all right.
That's right.
But, yeah.
Frank Christ is here, the celebrity Grim Reaper. That is, he reaps the souls of precious, precious celebrities, which is very hard for him because you love them, don't you?
I love our precious celebrities, except that Ben Folds. I think I'm going to...
It's okay.
Does he have to be such a downer?
I was wondering, Frank.
Yes?
Or Mr. Reaper. I guess I can call
me
Mr.
Frank.
Mr. Christ.
Call me Frank.
Okay, Frank. Is there sort of one kind of certain thing that everybody has in common that they say to you when you appear to them?
There's one word, yes.
One word? Does it start with S?
Yes.
Okay. I thought so.
That is, if I'm making a ranking,
yeah, that would be
98% of the time.
Most often heard. It's
yeah,
O.
It's O.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I got it. Frank Christ is the celebrity Grim Reaper. He's here to play a game we call Frank Christ Presents.
They're fine. They're just fine.
I have in front of me a list of 4 celebrities. And on this list of celebrities, 3 of them are...
Well, they're fine. They're just fine. I've never met them.
One of them, though, has said OS. And Frank has taken away...
Do you hear that more than anything?
Yeah. 98% of the time, he said. Yeah. So we play the game with a contestant. Who do we have?
Oh, let's see. Let's go to... I think Sarah is who the randomizer is picking. Sarah is here, yes.
Are you there, Sarah?
Yes.
Hi, how are you?
I am.
How are you?
I'm fine. I'm just fine.
Oh, yeah.
That's good, Sarah. Sarah, you know how the game is played, I believe. I'll read you the names of these celebrities, and then you have to determine the one that has passed, that Frank has taken away in his electric scooter, or on his electric scooter. And, Gina, what is the prize that Sarah might win?
Tickets to see Noel Gallagher. You know, he's one of the Gallagher brothers from Oasis.
And he's fine.
With Garbage and special guest Metric at USANA on June 13th.
All right, Sarah, here we go. These 4 celebrities are all male dancers, dance personalities, all right? Number 1, Tommy Tune. Tommy Tune, actor, dancer, singer, theater director, producer, and choreographer. Over the course of his career, he won 10 Tony Awards, the National Medal of Arts, and he also won a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Tommy Tune is the only person to win Tony Awards in the same categories, Best Choreography and Best Director of a Musical, in consecutive years, and the first to win in 4 categories. Number 1, Tommy Tune. Number 2, Mikhail Baryshnikov, Soviet-born Russian-American dancer, actor. He was the preeminent male classical dancer of his time. He subsequently became a noted dance director. He was born in Riga, Latvia, in the Soviet Socialist Republic. Baryshnikov had a promising start in the Kirov Ballet in Leningrad before he defected to the West. He defected in Canada. Number 2, Mikhail Baryshnikov. Number 3, Alvin Ailey, dancer, director, choreographer, and activist who founded the Alvin Ailey American Dance Theater. He and his affiliated school, the Dance Center, as havens for nurturing black dancers and artists, expressing the universality of the African-American experience through dance. Ailey, by the way, loathed the label black choreographer and preferred to be known simply as a choreographer. He was notoriously private about his private life. Number 3, Alvin Ailey. And number 4 on the list, Ben Vereen. Vereen gained prominence for his performances in the original Broadway productions of Jesus Christ Superstar, He got a Tony nomination for that, and for Pippin, for which he won a Tony Award for Best Actor in a Musical. Vereen has also starred in numerous television programs and was well known for playing the role of Chicken George in Alex Haley's TV miniseries Roots, for which he received an Emmy nomination.
Don't forget 10 Speed and Brown Shoe.
10 Speed and that's right, Frank. He was in
Frank knows.
10 Speed and Brown Shoe with Jeff Goldblum, a series that was on for like 12 episodes.
Maybe a season.
And it was really fun. But
I own the DVDs.
Oh, really? I'd like to borrow that from you sometime.
Sure.
So there you go. Those are 4 dance celebrities. Sarah, who was dead?
Is it number 1?
Number 1, Tommy Tune. No, I'm
No,
sorry.
he's fine. He's just fine.
Is he fine, really?
Yes, he is. Tommy Tune is 84. You know, he's 6'6".
Wow.
Have you ever seen? I mean, he's got legs that start at about 6 feet.
I'll have to fold him in half to fit him in the sidecar.
Yeah, when the time comes.
When the time comes.
Let me give you another chance here at this, Sarah. Is it Mikhail Baryshnikov? Is it Ben Vereen? Or is it Alvin Ailey?
Alvin Ailey.
It is, in fact, Alvin Ailey who's passed.
I knew you were going to get that.
He died in 1989 at a pretty young age of 59. He died from AIDS-related illnesses. He asked his doctor to announce that his death was caused by terminal blood disorder rather than AIDS because he wanted to shield his mother from the stigma associated with HIV and AIDS.
That's a tragedy.
He was a gay man, but he kept his romantic life completely in the closet. Alvin Ailey. There you go. Congratulations, Sarah. You got it on the second chance, so you'll be going to see Gallagher, Noel Gallagher
and Garbage.
And Garbage. Hang on, okay? Thank you. Goodbye. No, hold on.
No, hold on.
Hold on. Don't
Don't
hang
go.
up. Don't hang up.
Hang on.
Hold on. Let's see. Mikhail Baryshnikov is 75.
He's fine.
And Ben Vereen, 76 years old.
Still kicking.
In 1 year, I read this in his bio, he was involved in like 4 serious automobile accidents.
Oh, he's a bad driver, is he?
I didn't read the details of whether it was his fault or not, but I mean, seriously injured 4 different times in automobile accidents.
To stay out of cars.
Yeah.
I think celebrities need to be driven because they are precious.
Yeah.
Are precious.
And he had a child who died in a car accident, not associated with any of those.
Very strange.
Yeah.
Tragedy.
Yeah. Well, Frank,
Well,
what will you be doing for the weekend?
has anyone seen Jennifer Warren's?
Love, lift us up where we belong.
Oh, Frank will lift her up where she belongs.
I'm sure he will.
76.
Oh,
Oh, well, goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.
Goodbye, Frank. We'll see ya. Is that her only claim to fame? Or did she write a lot of other stuff?
That's the one that
Look it
that's
up.
the only-
Fears for fears.
I'm not the only one that pictures an airplane landing when you hear the end of that song, right? Because of the
think you
video.
might be.
No, I'm not. I'm not.
What movie
It's
is
not
it?
the video for that song.
I
is-
I never saw the. I don't think I saw the video.
I've been going back and forth in the chat room with what a farrier and a blacksmith is. A farrier is just a high-class blacksmith.
It's not a high-class.
He's a blacksmith who can charge more.
It's a farrier is specifically for horseshoeing things. A blacksmith is a generalized, I get metal hot and bend it and make things person.
Horseshoes. And then he gives them to the farrier. But it says a farrier combines some blacksmith skills.
Yeah.
Fabricating, adapting, and adjusting metal shoes with veterinarian skills. Like trimming the horse's hooves and that sort of thing.
With the rasp. That's what that's called.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the village smithy, so I don't know.
The village smithy, that's the blacksmith.
Oh,
you're bending hot metal
under
the spreading chestnut tree. The village smithy stands.
Something about my hands.
Yeah.
Yeah, a farrier's a horseshoer.
Yeah.
They come to your house. They have chaps on. They have horseshoes.
My family farrier was a dick. Hated that guy.
What?
I hated him.
Why did you have a family farrier?
I think you mean furrier.
Well, we had a furrier too.
That's what I mean. I know you had a furrier.
Well, we had a pony. But he kept trying to shoe my brother for some reason. We used to knock it off. God.
My nephew's a farrier.
Really?
Yeah.
How much does he charge?
I don't know.
Will he ferry me across the river?
Sure.
What's the difference between a farrier and a farrier?
That's a ferryman.
Oh, what's the difference between a farrier and a ferryman?
He'll ferry you across the Mersey.
Now, we're not talking furries here.
No,
that's another
that's a
thing.
whole other thing.
Furry cross the Mersey. No, that's not right. I think it's interesting. You know, people will always call you on something. A farrier's like a blacksmith. No, well, really now.
Actually.
But I appreciate it. I mean, I like
Sure.
knowing things specifically.
Sure.
I know if a farrier is involved in blacksmithing. And generally you read that word in English novels.
Yes.
And mainly it's an occupation for men.
Not a lot of women farriers. Or blacksmiths, for that matter.
Or smithies.
You're right. That's right. Or ferrymen, for that matter.
What?
And I don't think anybody knowingly hires a furry for anything.
Well, they might. You don't know that.
Well,
there
I guess there
are
are certain
special
people.
skills that were required for certain things.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
You can tell
I have
this
a
is
certain set of skills.
Yeah, that's right. Very specific.
A very specific set of skills.
Does it sound like that because you have a mask?
Because I have a mask on. Because I'm a furry. See?
He's wearing a panda head.
That's the furry who has skills. You asked for one, so I gave you one.
You'd be able to make yourself understood through a big furry head.
Well, actually, a furry wouldn't be speaking, would it?
Because you're the animal, right?
Because you're the animal. You'd be silent.
Grunting and growling.
I couldn't be a furry. I couldn't wear a mask like that.
Really?
No. I need to be able to breathe.
I couldn't because it would be too hot.
I'm hot.
I'm too hot.
Well, you could make your furry costume so that you could breathe. See.
Could I be a horse? Just to bring it full circle here.
Sure, you could.
Well, it was like that Japanese guy who was a collie dog.
Mm-hmm.
Do I have to do it with somebody if I'm a horse? Like the front and the back? Or can I just be a horse
you can
by
just
myself?
Be a horse. Yeah, you can do it yourself.
I don't know.
No,
Can I stand on my hind legs or do I have to crawl around? I don't know what the rules are.
Well, I think that's up to you.
Because I would be standing on two legs.
It's up to you to make it work, damn it. I mean, gee, don't look to us if you want to take up this bizarre thing. You make it work.
Okay.
I don't want anything to do with it. I don't want to see you eating hay.
It'd be the most vegetables she's had.
Well, that may be, yeah. You need your roughage.
Roughage.
Be a horse. Go ahead.
Okay.
So, look here. You'll see the chat room has found pictures of horse costumes that you could wear, and they're all up on.
Oh, okay. Two legs.
Two legs.
And they don't look stupid at all.
They're cute. Come on, those are cute.
Uh-huh. Sure are.
That's a beautiful tail.
Wait till you see that tail lift up.
I could pull that off.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do the promo and get out of here. Friday's Radio from Hell show has everything you'd expect. Frank Christ beat Gina, news with boners.
Movie reviews with Sean Means, have another drink with Jimmy the Wine Guy.
It's National Mimosa Day tomorrow. You think Jimmy will bring us mimosas?
Well, he always brings us something delicious.
I think you can put any booze in orange juice and call it a mimosa.
Orange juice is part of this complete breakfast. Radio from Hell, Friday morning here on X96.
I got away with that slur, didn't I?
I don't know.
Call it a mimosa. Call it a mimosa.
All right. Fine job as always, Katie. Live long and prosper, bitches.
Don't you know who I am?
I'm Therm Scissor Punch.
You know who else is a scissor punch?